Welcome back.
Okay, so last time you guys were teleported into Valley Forge by the literal god of time.
You mean out of Valley Forge?
Yeah, you were teleported out of there by the literal god of time.
Woohoo!
Nope.
Into the bar. A day and a couple hours has passed.
So are we all waking up? Are we all already awake? Are we back at the bar?
It's like 10 in the morning at the bar.
Waking up, Khale goes to Aria and says, Aria, do you ever get really weird dreams? I mean, last night I dreamed my name was Trevelyan and I was the leader of an inquisition and everyone kept asking me for political opinions. What's going on?
I don't know. Yesterday was.
I didn't know what a fork was.
I don't know.
I don't know what this fork is.
Wait, did all of our stuff on the side missions happen?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
So am I even there?
So yesterday.
You've just arrived.
So yesterday was the best day ever in my life.
actually, on an actual plot-related note, can I finally tell everyone my theory since I didn't get a chance to last time in the...
Yeah, we'll just assume that everyone's kind of up and in the tavern, space.
Actually...
Hey guys, guess who became the CEO of a giant corporation?
Can I roll perception to see if anyone's outside before I tell everyone this?
Go check the bar and check my inventory.
So, 17 for perception. Actually, Aria already knows this, so you can kind of half pay attention if you want.
Like,
From what you can tell, it's basically the normal morning traffic of the Inquisition, or not the normal morning traffic of the Bazaar. I've been reading a lot of books that use the term Inquisition lately.
Okay, at that, just to be safe, I also lock the door, and I just say, everyone, everyone, get close and pay attention.
It's like,
Hey, what's going on?
It's like,
you're a little bit jumpier than usual.
at that, I look between them. I just look to Aria just to see if it's cool to tell everyone this. Okay. It's like, get dramatic silence for a couple moments, and it's just like, I've spoken to Aria about this. She agrees. I have reason to believe that there's a rat in the Senate.
So I'm assuming you don't mean one that likes cheese.
So this is why no one trusts the postal system.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, it's like, Phillipe, I mean the kind of rats that go around telling things they're not supposed to.
I figured as much, but I like hearing you discuss things.
Right.
Okay.
Let's break their legs.
Sugalites, I agree with you. The problem is I have absolutely no idea who he is and no way of finding out. And
I know.
Trust me, I'm speaking from a bit of personal experience here. Going around accusing the nobility of things is not a good idea.
Well, what rank is? Yeah. Do you know what type of rank this guy is?
No, I only know things from what I've seen, and this is what I've seen, and this is what I've surmised from what I've seen.
Wait a second.
Uh-huh.
Why would it be a tiefling? Would it?
So I don't know, but here's what I've seen, and here's what I've surmised from what I've seen. Someone helped that alpha assassin get into the ball. Someone knew Romalia Garrett's true identity and organized her capture. And someone, and this is the most important. He looks directly at songs he's saying this. Someone was able to leak troop positions to the elves.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's like so whoever this rat is, it's somebody who's able to do all three of these. Is in a position to do all three of these things. It's like, I mean, anyone can tell from looking at Romalia that she's an elf, but who else besides us and her husband probably knows who true identity is Romalia Thule? And we only heard that.
The only possibility would have been Flash, but he's dead.
Yeah.
I might have a lead, but
It's like, what lead?
like I said, has anyone mentioned a tiefling?
Is like
Tieflings?
Yeah.
I looked to Aria kind of confused because there's only one other tiefling we've talked about.
Yeah. No, not her. Not her.
What,
Some guy named.
Tiefling in the Empire?
We know Marcus as well. I was wondering if it was okay to tell him about that.
Yeah, some guy named. Yeah. Guy named Mark. Yeah, some guy named Marcus.
Was it? Wait, you mean? Wait, how do you know about the Magus' son?
Let's just say yesterday was. Let's just say that finding out that your god is real wasn't the only thing that happened. Hold up the letter.
It's like.
So you got a letter too.
Yeah.
Did everyone in this table get a letter?
Yes. Yes, but not.
Holy crap.
Yes. Okay. Next question is: did someone like personally deliver it to you?
No.
Khale doesn't talk.
Yes, I did.
Khale doesn't talk.
Wait, so
Teenage girl helped
did
me.
get one? Is getting one later.
She was nice.
So
You're getting one. Yours is technically in post because the man who's writing it is currently trying to run a country that's trying to fall apart at the seams.
Okay.
Oh.
So I'm saying, yeah.
I technically
Damn
don't
it!
have
Feels I get the one company that doesn't trust the postal system.
It's like also.
Wait, am I the only one that got a nice letter from a nice person?
You might just be.
I think I might
yes.
have got one. All I know is that Trixie's master wants to study me.
The Magus is a pretty awesome dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got a nice letter from a nice person, but
Is the Magus really that nice? The first thing he said to you was, "Hey, if you see my son, kill him."
it's like, but yeah, back on a serious note here. It's like what is like all of us six like every. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Everyone here, except for maybe two of us, are us. We're all commoners. We can't. We're in no position to be pointing fingers or accusing anyone of being a rat. Like, I honestly have no idea how to pursue this. If any of you have any ideas, please let me know, because at some point this is probably going to get us killed if we're doing missions for the Emperor.
Well, okay, but point back is like you said, only two of us are even remotely above peasants.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
I was hoping you guys would have ideas. Like out of everyone here except maybe Phillipe, I'm the one who you probably don't who looks the least like nobility, and Phillipe gets a pass just because he's sleeping with Celeste.
Oh, awesome! I'm the CEO of a big company now.
And I tried to conquer them, so I'm not sure
okay.
if they would like me making accusations either.
Yeah.
I maybe could make accusations. I got some pull.
Great.
I'm pretty sure I'm intimidating enough to make accusations.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay. At the door knock, Khale just goes like this.
Yeah. I vote Alexei gets it.
Yeah. Okay.
Aria's got the door.
Well, that's just
All right.
me, Dad.
All right. Well, at that, Khale just like makes a slashing motion across his throat. It's like, not talking about this.
Okay.
Like,
Song goes up to the door. Oh, you got it? Never mind.
Okay.
So you open the door.
Yes.
Standing in front of you is a soldier in full military regalia.
No.
Are you Aria?
Yes. Who's asking?
He stands upright. He looks at all of you in the room.
Hi.
So I take that Song, Phillipe. Okay, everyone appears to be attending. I am Colonel West of His Majesty's army.
Don't you mean Captain?
So, whatever.
yes.
I have orders to bring you to the Biomancers.
The Biomancers?
Anybody sick? Why? What's going on?
He looks around. The Emperor has an assignment for you.
Oh, sweet.
At that, Khale's eyes and ears perk up.
I was told by the Emperor to take you directly to the Biomancers.
Well, Khale says. At that, Khale just says in Russian, "Lead on, then."
Remember, no Russian.
It's like, all right, hang on, let me grab something. Okay, let me grab a few more things of Pepsi.
Don't forget to pay for those, or Aria's gonna skin you.
I'll leave a tab.
I go, I'm not sure what he goes. I'm not sure what he said in Moonspeak, but I think it with the gesture, I think he means, yeah, let's go.
At that, Khale
I've
says,
really got to run the rest.
Khale says to Phillipe, I'm not sure how much this matters to you, but the proper derogatory term is rusky. Moonspeak is Nippon.
I don't have a tab.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not an Eldar. Okay, so do you follow?
Okay. After grabbing the Pepsi and leaving the money, yes.
Hey.
Upon entering the streets, the bazaar appears to be back in full swing, even with the high presence of military guards.
I have my D20 ready in case I need to roll perception, but this is the city, so I don't really need to do that yet.
It's
After navigating through various streets and backways, he comes across a courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 buildings in this courtyard. 2 of them appear to be made out of white marble and granite. The other one is a 1-story black building with a rather familiar symbol to you, Svent.
Oh boy.
But the one he's leading you towards has...
The 5-star thing?
Yes.
Okay.
The building he's leading you towards a building that says hospital in plain common.
All right.
Pardon me the stuff.
Right.
If Khale has
one-story.
anything to say or do, I will say so. Otherwise, assuming Khale is just being silent and looking around.
It's like, looking at Khale like, okay, he's acting weirder than usual.
This is how he normally acts. All right.
Upon getting closer to the building, there are about 24 fully armed soldiers waiting outside the hospital doors.
This is where the biomaesters.
What's with the security?
Very good question, son.
The colonel says, just in case someone followed him back to the Empire, we're just making sure he's still alive and fine.
Khale perks up at that because it's been a while since he put those pieces together. It's been a while since we dealt with him.
I don't think Phillipe ever met Reaver.
He didn't. We all did. He's an asshole.
I didn't, though, so I don't have any
I don't
idea.
think Sugulite did.
We're fortunate that he was able to survive this far. As he walks past several of the guards, most of them turn and do full military salute to him.
Khale has a question. It's like, you survived. How bad is he? Like, is he?
It's going to take a lot of work, but maybe if he's lucky.
Well, who is it?
Hey, you talking about that half-dead guy that fell off the horse?
It's like,
Oh yeah, him.
He just looks like Reaver.
It's like Reaver.
Upon
I look around
entering-
at all the others. They mean anything?
Entering the building, it is like almost bleached white corridors.
Wow. Okay.
Like,
Just open your jerky.
it smells clean. It has the look and feel of a hospital. Except without all the complicated medical equipment, because this is
magic, damn it.
so.
I'm going to wrap my face anyway, because Phillipe doesn't really trust hospitals.
All right this way. He takes you down a corridor, walking past even more guards in full military uniform. Until he comes to one last door with a short woman wearing blue and green robes, standing outside his door checking a chart. Anybody want to roll anything?
I'm already rolled 14 on perception on her.
I'll roll as well. And I failed. I'm not even there.
And
My perception. Yeah, I'm just,
Well, I failed even worse, so...
yeah.
This is strange.
How does Mike get the best perception?
I don't know. Unless Ken roll better.
I got a 14.
Ken was...
Wait, hold on. Yeah, 14. Right.
Got what you roll.
Yeah, if you roll, type it in the chat so I can.
Alright.
Sorry.
Alright.
She is actually barely taller than Aria,
So human.
and appears to be human for the most part. Upon turning, she has her complexion is rather pale. You assume it's you assume it's because she works indoors. She's a bio. She also her hair is also kind of cut short, and looks like it's kind of spiky just based upon how it's kept. It looks kind of just unkept and like kind of spiking out everywhere.
What color is the hair?
It's a light brown, like a light mocha brown. She turns and says she's actually at this point turning toward you, and she has startling emerald eyes. Oh. Oh, forgive me. I was just reading over Reaver's chart.
So, how bad is he?
Well, the chart clearly states that he's right fucked.
The chart clearly states.
His left leg.
Does she actually say that?
Yes.
Phillipe laughs out loud.
His leg is completely ruined. His left leg is completely ruined. We had to cast it, and it's basically being held apart mostly by our own splints and our own magic. His left, we cannot do anything to replace his arm. I mean, it's really out of his budget to get something to replace it.
Does he have his budget?
Yes, Reaver can barely afford this room. This is actually one of the cheapest rooms in the hospital.
Suddenly, Khale is kind of surprised at this, but doesn't say anything.
Like, so I'm taking. Okay, so this is not the general hospital then.
Actually, hold on. Khale has an inquiry. This is like, Reaver's one of the top gun mages. Don't they have protection or insurance in case this kind of thing happens?
Well, Reaver's expense account is dedicated to other affairs based upon what records we were able to attain. His face, he'll have several scars, but hey. Oh, I guess I should probably introduce myself. I am his I am the biomancer in charge of making sure that he heals properly. My name is Pip. Nice to meet you.
I go, hi, I'm Phillipe. Hold out my hand.
She's as tall as you.
So she is.
Is she addicted to
Does she
mentats?
shake my hand?
No. She shakes your hand.
She doesn't. I go, hi, I'm Phillipe.
Colonel West, we don't need you anymore.
Oh, she didn't shake my hand.
Go deal
All right.
with Pike.
Uh-huh.
He says, all right, ma'am, everyone, gentlemen and lady, if you would and she looks up at you, Sugulite. Golem.
We don't know.
I identify as a gentleman.
Gentleman Rockman. Right this way. She opens the door, and it's a rather small room. Probably about 12 feet by 12 feet. There is a single bed with Reaver in it, and there is a rather pale and frail-looking woman sitting next to him on the bed, sitting next to him in a chair.
Perception. And okay, not bad.
Let me roll to see if I remember, because I know who she is, I think. Yeah.
Well,
I got 13, so... Do I make the connection that that's the sister I heard about?
I want to know perception first.
Right.
Then
Well, everybody, if you're rolling, type it and it'll go.
Might as
just
well.
Grant, knowing you, if you know it, you're gonna blurt it out. So I want to know what my perception is before Khale knows this.
Oh, I'm not gonna blurt it out if she's frail. If she's a kid, I don't want her to get startled.
Ah, it's his resident prostitute.
Oh my god!
Celeste told me all about her.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, Jayson, you're rolling anything?
I don't think I told you guys about her though. I didn't.
You did.
I'm not. I'm just
All right.
observing.
She appears to be about 20 years old, just by her physical form.
So older than me.
She has long white hair. She looks rather frail. Like, it looks like she's barely able to exist in that space that she's occupying.
Wow.
She's wearing dark colored clothing, and while previously you kind of hard to see him, there appears to be a rather tall gentleman behind her. You assume that maybe this is a caretaker of some sort, maybe another biomancer.
Is he wearing the same type of clothing? Does he have the same type of stuff Pip did?
No, he's actually. Well, he's wearing blue, a bluer robes, but it's more of a light, like robin's egg blue, as opposed to like the striking dark blue of the biomancer robes.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Arcana, Mike, Reaver is the strongest presence in the room.
Huh. And he got
Because he is. Yeah. The girl, however, any Arcana that she has in her, it's incredibly weak and sickly.
Hmm.
So she's a sickly, frail girl. Got it.
She actually looks.
Need a job.
Oh, God.
It's the reason. This is the reason why Reaver is like stuck in a dead end room. He's been giving all his money for her.
She sits up. She goes, "Oh, brother, you have guests."
That Khale doesn't need it pointed out anymore. Khale is actually very, very surprised.
He kind of tilts his head over. He's got bandages all over it, and he's like, "Oh, good. They sent you. Of course, they would send you."
Okay. Yeah, trust me, we're about as excited as you are, so let's
Yeah, we seem to be that group for some reason that gets sent places.
Yeah, Khale would say something, but he is still very, very confused right now. So he's wrestling through what he should be feeling.
How do you get away?
The frail girl actually goes, "Nicholas, would you please mind your manners?"
Nicholas?
And he just looks at Georgette, for the love of mother, would you please let me take care of myself?
Nicholas Cage?
Nicholas Cage. Brother, please. Let me take care of myself.
Brother! I'm a vampire!
You know what it's like to be dragged this morning? Yes, blood!
Well, you can't really run out of his room. His leg's busted.
Well, he can try.
Now I can is the Nicolas Cage quote.
He can hobble.
Who sent you? Sam fucking Peckinpah. Anyway,
I got a bunny in a box.
Yeah.
Put it back.
All right.
All right.
How did you?
All right.
This is all very strange.
I take it that he goes, "Oh, look, I've already answered every question I could possibly muster myself to." Who's standing closest to the door?
I guess for Sugulite.
Probably either me or Sugulite.
Yeah, I'm in the middle.
I'll say me.
Okay. Sugulite, I want you to roll for perception.
They try to open the door. I get the feeling there's someone behind me.
You hear, coming down the hallway, the sound, you hear a light tapping sound followed by the click of a pair of boot heels.
No.
Approaching.
I barricade the door just in case with my body.
It's like,
I pretty much just sit down in front of it.
Okay.
And at this point, you can actually hear Pip arguing with someone on the other side of the door.
Okay.
Do all of us hear that, or just Ken?
Just Ken. It's kind of hushed. It's kind of that whisper arguing.
So to the rest of us, it looks like he just sat down in front of the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Khale has stopped asking questions to the 8-foot golem.
Let me guess. The Emperor sent all of you to come talk to me.
What the Colonel said.
That's
Just can't
him.
laugh at your suffering.
Jesus. I think a lot. Jesus.
Says, yeah, this is. Look, like I said,
Been an aggravating day.
like I said, we're enjoying this about as much as you are right now. So let's just tell us what we need to tell us what we know, so we can go over and kill whatever it is that did this.
I have to laugh. Why is anyone so mean to that guy? Am I missing something here?
Khale just whispers, "See you later."
He was a
Look.
dick at some point in the game, and now everyone hates him and wants his heart out.
He's like Lucius.
Only he probably doesn't deserve as much as Lucius because he's taking care of his sick sister.
Next time Remus appears in the bar, I will steal this important orb item.
I will shoot you in the
Yeah,
face! I was like, why are you here? That is something for another time. No!
Tell me the truth. I could.
Quickly
Good.
shoot off
Time to
Philippe's arm
explain why I don't have
some
time to
Sugulite.
God damn it, Eldar!
Sugulite, you actually hear someone lightly knocking on the door.
I hear you knocking.
Well, the door is Sugulite's deal. I'm doing nothing.
Do you open it, Sugulite?
Sugulite just goes, "Who is it?"
Huh?
I'm from the Inquisition. I would recommend you open the door.
Wait,
Someone
one
from-
perception. Do I recognize this voice?
I don't know anything about any Inquisition.
I'm gonna roll
So,
a charisma thing. 1 sec.
I'm going to assume it just sounds like a guy, right?
Just sounds like a guy.
He's like,
1 second.
Like the Inquisition?
he's like, can't you just? You at least heard that. Can't you just tell them there's a member of the Inquisition already here?
Well, he might be a higher ranking member.
It's like,
And-
it says, okay, do you have intel on this?
This is just Sugulite that hears this, so.
No.
Oh.
I just overheard.
Yeah, it's like that means nothing to me.
Just open the
talking to me,
door.
Sugulite?
It'll be easier this way.
That's usually what they say before something bad happens.
So I'm just trying to kind of get a sense of what the Inquisition wants. Just by,
Yeah,
stuff and everything.
Yeah, I kind of turned around.
Based on his tone, it sounds like he's here for the same purpose you guys are, to ask questions.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
You know what, Sugulite, why don't you go ahead and
Sugulite stands up and says, "Fine, but if something goes wrong, you have to deal with me."
Sound good?
So I roll for intimidate or
You're already a 8-foot golem. I'm pretty sure.
Intimidation bonus.
Intimidation bonus by virtue of being an 8-foot golem.
And the Inquisitor
Let's
walks in,
see.
he's a golem too. It's like, oh, damn it.
Let me show you the depths of my people.
say spell. Okay. That's for intimidate.
You intimidate him.
Nice.
Yeah,
you- yeah.
you do actually intimidate him. He goes, "I'll keep that in mind." As the door swings open, a 6'5" man enters the door. He has striking dark gray hair. He is walking with a cane. Based upon there's a slight twinge of a northern accent in his voice, and he has an eye patch.
Khale doesn't say anything yet, but he notes the northern accent.
And walking into the room, he is wearing the traditional inquisitorial robe, except his has, instead of what would normally be like the black adornments, it's white
So, he's high ranking.
with gold stitched in.
Oh boy.
You did not meet this man the other day, Joe.
Okay, so it's not the.
Well, if Joe didn't meet him, I didn't meet him.
He steps into the room. Allow me to properly introduce myself, everyone. I am Magistrate Valentine Wolfsbane of His Majesty's Inquisition.
Oh, he's the one who sent your letter,
Wait.
Joe.
It's like, you're Valentine?
Yes, I handle the affairs between the Emperor and his Inquisition.
Alright.
Upon this, Reaver sits up straighter in bed.
Wow.
Now,
What's
I
his
believe
sister? How does his sister react?
she just sits there like just staring at him.
Mm-hmm.
I was sent here to pick up where Colonel West left off. Now, I believe Reaver was going to be discussing things with you. Gentlemen, Valentine actually takes a seat directly across from Reaver in the room in another chair. Ask your questions. I believe he will answer them for you.
Okay.
Isn't that right, Reaver? Let's see.
So,
You're rolling for Reaver?
Reaver just nods his head like shaking his head like up and down like quickly.
So,
Okay.
so basically, he doesn't want to, but this guy's clearly here, so he has to.
Okay, I definitely need to
Is Song's girlfriend still alive?
get... Okay, so
you don't know that Song has a girlfriend.
How'd you get back alive?
Actually, good question. Let's have him answer that
Get
first.
back alive when everyone else didn't come back. That seems strange.
Nuclear holocaust.
I escaped.
Actually,
Being someone?
Khale interjects first. How?
Wait, okay.
Not only how did you escape, but if you escaped, how did you get back without your arm and your leg messed up? It seems like you were bled to death before you got back here.
Weevil?
Reaver.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
He says, I used my own magic to stop the bleeding temporarily. I had a horse.
How'd you get on the horse?
I stole it.
And an arm. It's not easy to get up a horse.
I rode sideways. I rode with my belly across the horse for 3 days.
Jesus.
After they broke my leg. I rode the horse too hard and it fell. Hence how I scraped my face. The elves have some... I used my own magic to unlock my cell. They have cages. They kept us in cages. I got lucky, and the one I was in was apparently older. 6 of us tried to escape. Unfortunately.
So, where did you come... So, where did they take you? Where were you held up?
We were sent marching in the northern edge of the forest. Us, General Carey's best men, Sir Tara, Sir Tenold, and Sir Jones were amongst my companions.
What are his names? Sir Tara?
Unfortunately for me and the rest of us, the elves were waiting. There was an ambush. We got ambushed on the trail.
Suddenly, my idea that someone leaked their positions to the elves isn't sounding so far-fetched.
Lieutenants and generals were slaughtered outright. The rest of us were rounded up. Anyone that tried to run was killed.
They were shot?
What about the civilians of Augustium? Is there any of them left?
What, Mike?
She says under her breath.
I could not hear you.
Augustium, there were, I don't know, most of us were just rounded. I couldn't tell. I did see, let me see, actually. No, I don't know. I don't know the divisions that were sent to Augustium.
Why were they killing the officers and leaving everyone else?
They said they needed workers. They said they didn't need strong military minds. They needed mages and workers.
Who sent the note?
Khale.
Who sent this message?
Okay, Khale. Okay, Khale. If you're paying attention, you see this. He suddenly just goes into deep thought. Like he's not saying anything. He's just thinking.
I don't pay attention to that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like, do you know who sent this message?
What message?
The one that said that we need workers, whatnot.
They kept saying it as they were rounding up people.
Oh, the elves. Okay, I see now.
So he wasn't in Augustium, like he was just ambushed in the woods then, so he didn't know who got the bomb.
So the elves are rounding up workers? Or slave workers?
Yep. Someone ask about Terra and Tenold.
Grant's been asking. Oh.
Ask about who?
Sir Terra and Sir Tenold. They're our friends from the first session.
Oh.
Wait, what did Jayson say?
I'm saying Grant, you were asking that a while ago.
Yeah.
But I meant more like them specifically, but okay.
What? He was.
Okay.
All right. Who's asking? Okay, who's asking what?
Khale's in deep thought, so he's not going to be asking.
Well, I just said some Song's girlfriend. I didn't know her name.
Song asks.
Right.
So Terra was kept alive along with Tenold.
Okay, here's a weird question, bud. Do you know anyone who like knew about your formation and your destination?
Yeah, General Carey,
Okay.
General Ash, General Rosalie. The military knew where we were going.
That's weird.
What's the roll for?
He appears to be in a fuck ton of pain, Mike. But he's being honest.
Okay.
He's doing something with it and he's just
You know, yeah. Are you familiar with any other tieflings? Besides Aria?
There are hundreds in the Empire. My tailor is a tiefling.
Killed the tailor.
Ask him if there was a tiefling there, like amongst the elves.
Okay, because I look at Valentine. We actually got some info the other day about potential leak or potential spy.
Reaver actually perks up a little bit and says, there was one tiefling in the camps. He was...
At that, Khale looks to Aria.
He goes, there was one tiefling in the camps. He wore bizarre mage robes.
Oh boy.
Do you know his name?
They never addressed him by name, only by title.
Title?
Khale suddenly perks up and asks, was the title Necromancer?
Oh fuck.
No, they
What?
just called him the Magus. They just kept calling him the Magus. They kept calling him the Magus.
I look at John and I look at Kale and says, "So wait, okay, wait, what did you hear about the necromancer?"
It's like, it's just like, it's like. Remember that tiefling we saw when we were running from the goblins.
The elves traditionally don't have a Magus.
Well,
they have a court of
I
wizards.
just now remember that guy.
Well, yeah, to answer Joe's question, remember, I'm answering this in character. This is like when we were running from him. All the goblins were referring to him as something that, as far as we know, translates to necromancer.
What do you ask? What are you rolling for on Jayson? The Magus?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much what he's talking about.
Nice.
You recall from your own history that, like I said to Mike, that the elves really don't have a Magus. They have a council of wizards. However, you do recall that in your own thoughts, thinking trying to connect the Magus, you do recall from your own history of dealing with the Empire that the Grand Magus of the Kninzen Empire had 2 children at one point.
Yep.
One was a very, very powerful and gifted son who was being groomed to be the next Magus. However, he committed the unspeakable crime of necromancy and was banished from the Empire.
It's like,
You recall that because of his marriage to the tiefling to the tiefling lady Lady Talia, that his son was a tiefling.
Wait, Wait a second. This. Wait, kind of pointing at Chaos, like, pointing at like, Reaver's like, hey, who else remembers that? Who else remembers that Tiefling from the Goblin mine?
I was just telling you about him. I answered that in character.
Okay, do you remember what he looked like?
I was like, Aria. Actually, Aria, help me out. Actually, I'm gonna roll this
I'm
intelligence.
gonna roll this too.
Yeah.
Are you asking Reaver if he knows what he looks
No,
like?
I'm remembering.
No, I'm asking Khale and potentially Aria. It's like, do you remember what he looked like?
You do.
At the.
Oh boy.
Nat 20 to remember what he looked like.
You do.
Can I describe him to Reaver?
You do.
What does he say to that?
Because I don't.
That's him.
He's like, Khale says under his breath in Russian, "Well, fuck me."
It's like, so do you remember him? Or do you remember what he looks like?
I just described him, and he said
Reaver,
that was him.
Yeah.
Okay. Valentine, did you get that?
Every word.
Alright.
Hey, Beaver,
What?
You might have bet this.
was there any kids that they were forcing into like these, into like the prisons?
I don't know. I was captured in. They marched us. They marched us down through the forest. They kept saying we were going to some valley. Some valley, but we weren't exactly sure. I didn't see any children.
Khale is still in deep thought.
It's like, okay.
I'm gonna go up next to Svent and probably whisper in there. See if you can find out anything related to his sister. Looks like she's sickly. Maybe this may be related in some way of why he's the only one that escaped. Maybe the elves paid him off.
It's like, possibly.
She says to Svent.
It's like, really think him being the survivor is the odd thing about this?
It seems strange how only he'd get away when he's not the most powerful one of the group. And the old cage crap, that just sounds fake.
It happens though.
You know,
It happens.
considering you're right about considering you're right about Parsifal.
Just by him
And
saying
again,
that.
why would he go through the trouble having all his limbs hurt and then but then not be able to pay for
Svent
it?
as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying
Ken?
it out of character.
It's like,
Ken, are you gonna ask something or?
yeah.
No.
Pip, yeah. It was Pip, right? Look back at
Yes.
her.
She's not in the room. She's outside.
Yeah, she's out in the hallway.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay, you guys do whatever. I'm gonna go ask. Aria, do you want to come with?
He's like,
I'm going to ask Pip a few questions.
he's like, actually, while they're doing that, Khale does have one more question.
What?
Okay, I suppose I'll roll charisma on this if you want me to. It's like, Reaver, I know you've been through a lot, and I know you've been through a lot, and I know you probably ran out of there as fast as you could, but do you remember? Well, I have a feeling we're gonna need to know this. Do you remember, to the best of your ability, approximately where the location of this prison is, and if at all, just from what you remember, do you know what the layout of this place looks like?
I didn't make it to the final camp. I escaped when they reached camp. When they reached, they called it Checkpoint Beta.
Well, that's the case. If that's the case, can you make a guess to where this camp might be? And if not, where's Checkpoint Beta?
Checkpoint Beta was a lumber mill where they forced us to chop down wood.
The elves chopping down trees. That doesn't sound like them.
They said they needed it for some project.
Right.
Okay.
Khale is back in deep thought, so he's not going to be answering any more questions.
All right.
Yeah, but that just threw me for a loop.
gonna
The elves are making people chop down trees. That's.
Mm-hmm.
I at one point threw down and basically told them that it was an insult that they were that they I decided to be a smart mouth and said they would pay for this.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he showed up.
Let's him talk. Khale, let's him talk.
King Ronan arrived
Oh, fuck.
to do general inspection.
Oh boy.
He said he asked the prison ward. He asked the warden who I was. They said, "Gun mage, sir."
Oh, damn.
What?
And then Ronan asked me, which hand did I prefer?
Oh boy.
I'm right-handed. I told him my left. He had several strong men hold out my right arm, and with a single slash of his sword, he cut my arm off.
Fuck.
Okay, taking notes.
And said, "Let that be a lesson to the rest of you. Any upstarts will be crippled." Then he turned to the man, to the rider behind him, and said, "I put him in your care, General Lauka."
Manga.
Damn it.
Motherfucker. Lauka's the guy we keep running into.
One on the warg.
Yeah.
Lauka then proceeded to smash my leg.
Wait, is Aria and Svent hearing this, or they leave?
They're technically still in the room.
All
We're
right.
still in the room. We haven't left it yet.
All right.
So, and then they smashed my leg. Let it heal a little bit. Smashed it again. Let it heal a little
God
bit.
damn.
So yeah.
And then proceeded to put the whip to me.
So basically, he's using this as a means of persuading people not to go against him, right?
Precisely.
Who were the other 5 that tried to that didn't make it? That when you all tried to break out?
There were soldiers. One was. There was a couple of soldiers. A geologist, I think.
They didn't. He goes, what happened to them?
A couple of soldiers were killed. They said they needed the geologist.
Damn.
Geologist?
Yes,
but
they said that.
But they got them. But you were able to escape with their help.
Yes, I was. They did help, but like I said, down. They said they needed I watched I escaped on the horse. I watched them kill the soldiers, but I heard one of them say clearly in common, "We need to save the geologist. Don't hurt the geologist. We need to make sure
they need
those
someone that knows
goblins
the lay.
aren't lying."
So
who's the
out of
geologist
character. They
team?
need someone who needs a lay of the land and a lot of wood for something.
Yeah. It sounds like there's
They trying to recreate gunpowder? Geologist is all about rocks. What if they're trying to
Wait,
make
no,
them like?
wait, talking about the
I have actual guns.
Hang on. Are we talking about geologists as in people who study the land formations, or geologists as in people who actually study the rocks?
Rocks.
They're both the same.
Not really.
Yeah, what if Either way, that's they're chopping down their own trees. They need prisoners that work and need certain materials. I don't like the sound of this.
Look, all I remember them saying about the geologist was saying that they didn't trust what the goblins were shipping them. That they needed someone to verify that the shipment the goblins had mined out of that damn place in the north was real.
Wait.
Well, yeah. You won't happen. Yeah. Did you catch anything about what they're mining or what the goblins are shipping?
No, I actually don't know. Some bizarre, highly toxic mineral.
Red lyrium.
It makes you sick when you stand near it for long enough.
It is red lyrium. God damn it!
Red sand?
They called it.
Oh, it's uranium.
Uranium.
Yeah, the thing Joe kept wanting to give her.
We could actually make
to get
uranium.
a few things you can build from uranium yet.
It's like, oh,
They
boy.
make more of those.
Is it? There's only. Khale suddenly remembers the nuclear bomb we got recipe we got from Valley Forge.
Yeah, the one we were trying to forge, but we didn't have any uranium for.
Well, after this, we
What if
might
they
get
got-
some.
It's like,
What if they get what are they called? Soul gems. What are they called?
Philosopher's Stones.
That's all they need.
Those are made from humans.
I know, but they got humans now. They got prisoners. They got all the blood they need.
okay, so
Weird.
they have uranium, they have the Philosopher's Stone. There was a third thing they needed, wasn't?
Magic.
Yeah, magic.
They got that.
Well, just yeah,
Yeah.
it's magic.
Double bomb.
But I don't think that's what I don't know, but I did hear one other thing
Close the door.
before I
Shit,
escaped.
Damn it. Yeah, uranium, Philosopher's Stone, and magical something. I can't make out my own handwriting.
They didn't.
What's this-
They were
yeah, what's
taking
this on?
us to what they called Camp Out. They called it Camp Alpha.
Checkpoint
Alpha.
Beta, Camp Alpha. Makes sense.
They said
Yeah.
that at Camp Alpha they needed the workers because there had been a riot in the camp. Magical charge.
Okay.
Magical charge, okay.
They said there had been a riot in the camp and they had to put down a lot of their hard workers
Shit. Okay.
that were building their cannon.
Oh.
But yeah, it
We got two places to hit.
It might be the same place.
I bet Reaver is actually starting to fall. Reaver's actually, you know, he's starting to like nod off. He's like,
Yeah.
All right.
if you don't mind, I could use the rest. I'm in an absurd amount of pain and I can't really afford the good drugs.
Mhm.
You could probably triangulate where they're from, because if they're getting uranium, there's like deposits, and also where the goblins are like spread out. We'll be able to like, and according to
wait.
Gus, probably
So
figure
here's
out
a
where they're relatively at.
So
Well,
here's a weird question, but are goblins immune to radiation or
No, they're just expendable.
expendable?
They breed like goddamn roaches.
goblins only live for like 20 years, so they don't have a lot of life.
And they're shorter than me.
They're useless.
They breed like roaches. Like there's 100 for every brood,
Okay.
and they have a gestation period of like 6 months.
All right, so we gotta two places. We gotta stop that lumber mill, and we also gotta stop the cannon.
Khale is still in deep thought.
At that, Reaver is actually. Does he fall asleep? Yes, he does.
It's like,
That Reaver kind of nods off at that point. The magistrate. Did you say that you were going to take out the lumber mill out loud, Grant?
Oh no, I'm just thinking that out loud.
Oh. Well, did you say it in character?
Not
or-
character. Not character now.
I believe that is all we're going to get out of him.
it's like,
Khale is still in deep thought.
yeah. Okay. Kind of like mother.
Gentlemen.
Okay.
And lady. The magistrate reaches into his coat and pulls out a ledger.
Yeah. I kind of wish.
Basically
yeah,
a book. Yeah. And he
Yeah.
says, I'm the one sent to give you your marching orders.
Wait, what?
After Reva got back, we sent out 10 scouts. The lumber mill is no longer there.
They probably had to.
What they
They,
wanted.
they probably had to move it since the
Because he escaped.
yeah, the location's compromised, and they probably don't need the trees there anymore.
However, only 2 of the scouts returned.
Fuck.
We were told that they were attacked.
Mm.
2 of the scouts were that they were attacked by elves in the trees. As soon as they got close to where they believe that Camp Alpha is, they saw fires rising from the distance, so they were able to triangulate an approximate location, and based upon Reva's information, we believe that Camp Alpha is at the Valley of the Sacrifice.
That's just dandy.
Anybody roll anything on that?
Khale is in deep thought, so no.
Well, I just muttered it. I just muttered
10 for history.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
don't
muttering a
know what
prayer.
it is.
Does Song know what it is? Like, maybe he went through there.
Yeah, I'm just muttering a prayer about
He wants
rebirth.
to roll.
Yeah, if Jayson wants to roll for history. The
Damn.
Valley of the Sacrifice is the place where Emperor Magnus fought the Jabberwocky
Oh, damn.
and gave his life to kill said Jabberwocky. During-
Fuck Jabberwocky.
During what is basically considered the second greatest battle in the ongoing War of the Elves, which was basically the Great Offense, which was when Cadenza did a full mobilization of its army and marched on the elves. The only reason they were not able to get to the capital was because they had a summoner with them who summoned a full-grown adult Jabberwocky.
Right.
The only reason the army was able to escape was because Emperor Magnus stayed behind to fight the Jabberwocky, at which point he activated the balefire bomb he kept inside of his armor as a jewel that glowed constantly, and detonated it, effectively killing him and the Jabberwocky.
Isn't that what we're trying to make?
That's what the elves are trying to make.
The elves are trying to make.
Well, we have the recipe
Yeah.
for that too.
Yeah, we got arrested. Yeah, we're going to make if we're going to make this thing, it's going to be a very crude version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Magus guy was cool, though.
However, fortunately enough for where you guys are, the elves used to have, back when relations with the elves were less strained and we are on more, what's the word for it, less killy-stabby terms,
Okay.
there was
That's
a
good-
trading trail that went right by where the Valley of the Sacrifice is. This will get you, the Valley of the Sacrifice is 30 feet down on a rather steep slope that it's a bowl, basically, like a valley.
Shit.
The trail gets you close, gets you on the highest ridge. All you have to do is cross the river and follow the short stream that trickles down into the valley from the ledge, and you should be able to see it.
Is Valentine telling us this, or does Song just remember this?
Song remembers it,
Uh-huh.
as well as Valentine as Song is remembering it, Valentine's reiterating it.
Fair enough.
Okay, so it's like
So it's twofold.
that's a lot of thoughts at once.
Good question. Why us?
That's a good
You're
question.
not General Army.
Are we?
Because what do we have here? A ranger, a golem, a tiefling, a dragonborn, a commander, and a former circus performer.
What, you think we're going to confuse the enemy to death?
You are the least likely group of suspects that we could send to confront these people.
Without causing an incident.
We send soldiers. They attack. They attack in mass. We send scouts. They kill them. We send 6 people that don't even look like they belong in the same sentence together, and they're probably just going to look up and go confused.
So it's the horse argument. We send in guys with guns, boom goes the nuke. We send in an arrow strike, boom goes the nuke. We send in a horse, they're not thinking boom goes the nuke. They're thinking, oh shit, a fucking horse. Like, what are we gonna do?
Like, also,
Might recognize me.
Probably not me.
They definitely.
Well, what's his name? Locke will recognize us.
I don't think
Locke doesn't know who we are. Like,
I don't
he
think he
saw
would recognize. Yeah, I don't think he recognized me either, because.
Locke saw us from the
Would
top
he,
of a
because of this?
I'm sure that's a good question. Would Locke know who we are? Because he only saw us from the top of a cliff. He never, actually, Grant, he never saw you.
He wouldn't know. He wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He might recognize Song, but based upon, and he says, based upon the location of where we want you to look down, you'll be able to survey the entire valley and figure out a perfect point of entry.
All right.
This is also a point where there would probably be the least amount of guards, considering its high location. And elves, they like high trees. They don't exactly like high places that touch the ground.
Hmm.
Okay, I would say something, but he's in deep thoughts, so I'm not going to.
Song, do you think? Do you think this is gonna? You think we can get in there pretty sneakily?
Probably gonna die, but
Oh wow! Thanks, Song.
Your mission. What we would like
Choose
you to
accept
do.
it.
If you choose your mission, we need you to get in there, free the prisoners.
Okay.
Okay, we'll free our soldiers.
If there are any captives there, we have also heard reports that there are elf civilians that do not like Ronan and have tried to rebel against him.
No.
I knew it.
Bring
Wait,
them
really?
back to us.
No.
Okay, so what do we
Yes,
do?
miss.
No.
Yes, mistress. Yes.
No.
So
We already saved 2 elves. What's one? What's a few more?
More
So,
importantly,
okay. So what's going to happen to these elves once they get back to the city?
we'll give them shelter as well as try and figure out what information they have, because we need information on how to get into Ronan's palace, to get into the capital city.
All right.
Ooh, double agents. I like it.
Okay.
Moreover, there is an individual at this camp that we need brought back alive. Priority. I
Okay.
don't give a fuck about our soldiers. I don't personally give a fuck about those elves. If I had my way, we'd bale file the entire forest and call it a day.
Okay.
But
So
unfortunately, I don't gimmick the orders anymore. What I wouldn't give to ride back on that ride back on my horse and skin that damn elf bastard and his wolf alive.
okay. So what's the name?
His name is just called the Engineer. We believe that he is Ronan's top military scientist. Second
take a
only
prisoner.
to Pagan.
Okay, I'm going to roll a charisma on this thing. It's like, yo. It's like,
Did you get a nat
Okay.
20?
no, I got the exact opposite of a nat 20.
That one.
A 1.
It's like,
floor.
Well, that's what you're going to ask.
I was going to say, like, we're going to need a little bit, something a little bit more substantial than just a title. Physical
Atari.
descriptions, hair color.
Atari
Huh?
Gaunt.
Oh.
I saw that.
I'll type in the chat.
Wait, Khale perks up at that. We know that name. We met his brother.
Wait a minute, we did.
Yeah. We helped his brother.
We believe he is the elves' top military mind besides Pagan himself. We need him brought back alive, as well as any materials on him, because we believe that with a little bit of inquisitorial helping, he might be able to turn his skills and help us fight the enemy.
Ooh.
I got a quick character. Don't we still have like Oscar's sword?
Yeah, it's in a safe in the bar.
Yep.
Dude, what if we bring that to him and
Okay.
say, we know your brother, we're friends with him. Maybe we can
Yeah.
convince him to come to like
Yeah,
willingly.
go back to the bar, get that sword, get some more Pepsi, and then let's do
We
this.
are not removing that sword. That sword is too valuable.
But dude,
That
he'll
sword-
know we're telling the truth if we say we know his brother.
Last
Yeah.
and
We need-
We can
last,
at least describe the sword.
No, we're going.
Okay.
He's not going to buy that.
last
We need
and
the
second
genuine
most
thing.
important,
What sword are we talking about?
All right, let Zach talk
Oscars.
first. Let Zach talk first.
Secondly, however, more important than that even, destroy the cannon.
We'll try. We're very good
by
at breaking
any
things.
means necessary. Blow it up. Fire it into it. Cause it to overcharge.
Attack
Just
its weak.
destroy it.
Attack its weak point for massive damage.
Attack its
Giant enemy crab.
If the elves have a giant enemy crab, I'm walking.
It's like,
Can we
No,
point
that's like the
it
giant
at
crab-
the Elf Empire?
yeah, a giant crab with like the cannon on top of its back.
If that's
No.
the case, I'm walking.
We cannot risk the cannon surviving and then Ronan's ragtag group of assholes capturing it again.
Okay,
We cannot risk it. Destroy the cannon.
got it.
Are you
The
guys gonna
soldiers.
provide us bombs?
You'll meet a contact in Lyceum. He'll give you some supplies based on the Magus' research.
Okay. What about we have a shopping list? Dad? Okay, so anyway, first things first, we need to get that sword.
Maybe.
Maybe. We didn't mean
Also, right before Valentine turns to leave, he just says, he looks at Reaver. I do hope you succeed. I'm getting tired of sending letters to boys' mothers telling them that their son died in the Emperor's name.
At that, Khale suddenly perks up. You won't have to worry about that with me. I have no family.
Neither do I.
I'd rather not talk about it.
He actually kind of smiles at that.
Wait, before he
Everyone?
leaves...
Good
Is
luck.
he about to leave, Zach?
Yeah,
Right. In that case, before he says, right, in that case, thank you for this.
no problem. He
Well,
turns to
wait,
each of you.
if we-
What?
I actually have a question about how the mission's going to go. If we release these prisoners, how the hell are we going to get them back to the Empire? Like, just the 6 of us.
We'll march
You have an
it.
entire army you're freeing. I think they'll help.
Yeah, yeah. We just had to give it. Yeah, we just had to say give it. We just had to clear the path, pretty much.
They're all dead, Dave. Everyone's dead.
Yep.
What's this white powdery
What
stuff?
about
It kinda tastes
Sartera?
good. That's the captain. He just says, "Good luck," and he turns to you, Khale.
Mm-hmm.
And let me know when my video loads, because
Loading.
techno loading.
Loading.
Just yeah, it loads.
Loading.
he goes
Okay.
like this to you. He stands upright and goes, "Safety and peace."
Does everyone know this?
Wait, that's my line. How does he know it?
Does everyone know this thing?
He's a Northman.
That's the
Oh.
Northman's line.
Okay, Khale's like Bezopasnosti mir. Says it in Russian. That wasn't meant to. That wasn't meant to be a North thing, by the way. That's just something Khale says. But
Yeah.
nice touch.
He
So are we about to leave the hospital?
he left. At which point, all right.
Because I want to do something before we leave the hospital. I just want to, like, talk to his
Khale. I mean,
sister.
Khale.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Wait.
turned to Khale and did that.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
All right, fair enough. So, if we're leaving now, can I get a moment in the room with Reaver before we go?
He's asleep.
Well, yeah, I was gonna comfort his sister real quick and like say something and make sure she doesn't feel sad.
Ah, so you're going to hit on his sister. Got it.
No.
I like the
So your
bang.
brother's in the bed, almost dead. Want to go up?
Well, after Philippe's done and everyone else leaves, I still want a moment alone in the room with them.
All right. Anyone want to ask any lasting things to?
Aria, you want to ask Pip a few questions?
No.
So, Grant, are you gonna do your thing?
Okay, I guess I'll just do
So
it my
what
own
was
then.
the sister's name?
Her name's Georgette.
Okay, going to ask
I go
Georgette
up
a few
to
things.
and I say, "Oh, what are you saying, Joe?"
I says, okay, I guess reiterate. Okay, Aria, you will want to ask Georgette a few things? Okay. I guess I'll let Phillipe do his thing then.
I go up to her and like just say, "Hey, Georgette."
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna like pat her on the shoulder, like, "Oh, comforting." It says, "Look,
Can you reach
I
up to
know he
his
looks
shoulder?
bad."
What?
On her shoulder. Quiet.
He's just jumping.
She's
He's
sitting.
doing this.
Yeah, she's sitting down. He goes,
Oh.
"Look," he goes, "I know he may look bad, but he's gonna be all right." And he goes, "Yeah, maybe he's missing an arm, but hey, I knew a man who had no arms and no legs, and he had a full, functional, happy life. He had 2 kids. His name was Poppy."
Isn't that the guy from that one show on Adult Swim?
Mm. Oh, Quad Squad. No, I was in the circus. I knew a lot of feet people. I'm saying, so don't worry about it. All right, he'll be okay.
She smiles at that before coughing into a handkerchief. When she pulls it away, it is speckled with blood.
Ugh.
So she's going.
I look down at the gun, and I just say, "He'll be okay."
Thank you for the kind words, but my brother does need rest.
Yeah, we should let him rest.
Mm.
Okay, so the plot. Okay,
So what was John gonna do?
Once I get a moment alone in the room, I'll do it.
'cause,
Okay, does everyone leave?
I'm just kind
You're
of
good.
Alone in the room with the caretaker and the dying sister.
Yeah,
And
I'm just
Reaver.
going to be. Yeah, I'm going to be going over my notes.
All right. So I guess it's up to me now.
Yep.
All right. Khale just looks at them for a moment and then eventually says, "Your brother's an interesting person."
You don't have to tell me that.
He's like, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, I pride myself to a degree on being honest to those who deserve it. After I met him, I imagined several times about kicking his ass myself. This, I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy.
Reaver acts an ass because, well, he's paid incredibly well.
Most of his paycheck goes towards you. It seems.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Reaver can't stand the thought of me being ill. Unfortunately, according to most doctors, I should have been dead 6 years ago.
Whoa.
Huh.
Biomancer said that the disease was basically chewing up my lungs. No cure.
Well, this is like, well.
Reaver decided to dedicate every single penny of his paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Every ounce of gold he's paid, 95% of it goes towards my treatments.
Wow.
Maybe I should have told you guys this.
He's like, well, at that Khale, he just walks up to the edge of the bed and is just like, well, I still hate your brother. He's still an asshole. But once I get back, whatever I got, I'll do what I can to help the two of you. You at the very least deserve that much.
Thank you.
He's like, and at that, just safety and peace.
Thank you.
And Khale's gone.
Okay, so the plot thickens.
As everyone's discussing how the plot has thickened, Khale suddenly walks out and says to everyone, "I might have an idea. Let's meet back at the bar."
Says, all right.
I don't.
Bye.
Says, I'm trying to think like, are there any fabric stores on the way back or between here and there?
Well, let's hear what my plan is first. So we'll have an option to go shopping after that, and we can just get more done at once.
Okay, sounds good.
Do we all head back?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we have a chance to go say bye to all our loved ones first and everything?
We'll do it. We'll have a chance to do that.
No, we'll just
Like-
leave.
It's like, yeah. It's like,
He doesn't have any. Feel good about yourself, Phillipe?
he's like, wait,
Right.
Phillipe, you actually loyal to something?
What? What do you say?
Wait,
Oh.
you're actually going out with just one person?
All right,
Yeah.
No, he's got a harem.
Zach, tell me when we get back to the bar.
After walking for... Traffic's kind of busy because, well, it's a weekday.
It's a Tuesday.
So, around noon, you get back to the bar.
All right.
Right.
Khale locks it behind them again, just in case nobody's listening. Actually, do you want me to roll? I'm gonna roll perception again to see if I can see if anyone's outside. I hope that suffices.
Just the regular street traffic of people shopping at the bazaar.
Fair enough.
Hey, if you want to be sneaky, why don't we hold this in one of the rooms? There's more fabric on the walls. We can put the
hang on,
mattress
yeah.
against it so no one can
It's
hear.
like,
Let's.
hey, wait a second. Why are you doing this again? Just so no one overhears us?
Yeah. Khale, mostly because Khale is paranoid like that. He's always vigilant.
I know, but what's the actual answer he gives?
It's like that. Considering how much Khale drinks, that might actually be true. But anyway, the actual answer Khale gives is just because you can't be too careful.
Okay, whatever. I'm going to cast silence on this room.
It's like, all right, you do
Okay,
that.
cast silence.
Yeah, that's a thing.
All right, well, you do that.
It's a ritual.
Zach, do I have to roll perception for these? I will.
Whoa!
I went.
That's corn.
Oh, nice.
The room is officially silenced.
Silence.
I go.
Is that going to
that's great.
make it a little bit easier to breathe?
Uh,
Yeah, that'll make
Khale's just like, yeah, a bit. Okay, Zach, do I need to roll perception for these? I need 3 things. I want 3 things to explain this plan, and I'm gonna type to you what they are, just so like. There's a joke in here. I don't want them to get it.
Alright, so we gotta release an army of prisoners, take back Oscar's brother, and blow up a giant-ass cannon. Yeah, of course they'd send us. Why not?
We're gonna die.
Yes.
All right.
You do.
All right then. Oh, hope that suffices. And we can stop typing to each other now.
Miraculously, you find all 3.
Okay, so this is the moment I've been waiting for since we knew that was going to be a thing. So
I didn't.
Khale sets down on the table a cup, a napkin, and a fork. This is just on a table. I'm going to assume all of you are either sitting or standing around the table.
Yeah, well, I'm looking down. I'm
Hey, you
standing
can't
on
tell
the-
me what to do. I'm gonna stand on the chair.
You better
Well,
off that chair. That chair is expensive.
Okay, fine.
All right. So
Only because you asked me to.
all right. Okay. At that, Khale's explaining. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's pretend for a moment this cup is the prison, like the barracks, the offices, like what have you. Puts on the table. This napkin here is the prison courtyard where all the prisoners are, and this roll intelligence. Zach, I rolled intelligence to see. Do I know what I'm holding?
Congratulations.
Small sword.
Khale finally comprehends
Spoon.
what a fork is.
And this fork.
I knew you could do it! I knew it!
Oh, he's all grown up.
Everyone look at your chairs! Everyone gets forks!
It's like I'm actually very disappointed. This got resolved a lot quicker than I thought. Okay, you know what? Just to keep this joke going, I'm gonna roll intelligence every time I see a fork, just to see if I know what it is.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Keep
No.
getting it.
All right. And
Whatever.
this fork here is the cannon. It's like,
Okay.
okay, now it's safe to assume we have 3 objectives here, and as he's saying that, he takes a gold piece out of his purse and drops it into the cup. He's like, we have 3. You can have it when we're done. It's like we have 3 objectives here. We have to rescue the prisoners, to take out the cannon, and we need to get the engineer.
Yeah. We're
This
fucked.
is right.
He's like, now considering how important to the elves all 3 of these are, it's safe to assume once we
I'm
take
going to assume that the prisoners are more expendable than the other 2.
even still, once we hit one of them, they're probably going to lock down the other 2.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we don't even know what the layout of this thing's like.
it's like, I'll get to that, Phillipe. It's like so the solution here seems to be we have to somehow hit all 3 of these at once. Here's what I'm thinking.
So there's 6 of us. So what? Split into groups of 2.
Oh, fuck that.
Just not necessarily.
It's like here's what I'm thinking. It's like when we get to the what was it called? It was just a cliff, right, Zach?
Yeah, it's a 30-foot drop.
All right. Once we get to the 30-foot drop, we'll scout. We'll do what we can to scout out the prison. Most importantly, though, what we'll need to find are guard outposts. Like we'll need to find exactly where the prisoners and the engineer are, and if they have a way to call for reinforcements, we'll need to locate that. It's like once we find these, we'll all sneak into position. I'll see if I can get my hands on something explosive. I might know a guy.
Well, we're gonna get some from what's his name? Wolf's name.
Not those explosives. Those are
We still have.
those for the.
Wait, how many of those wind-up things do we still have?
It's like I get. get to that. It's like I'll see if I can get some. Those are for the cannon. I'll see if I can get some other explosives. I think I might know a guy. So what I'll do is I will see if I could blow these things up. Any lookout posts, alarms. That way they won't be as quick to respond.
More like we just need to get. Yeah, most like we just need to shake up the order of operations.
That's what I'm getting at here. Okay.
Right.
Once all those are out, this is where we all hit all these at once. Group 1, Song and Svent. You guys are gonna go for the prisoners. It's like Svent, you're a healer. Some of those prisoners might not be in the best shape to fight. Song, the reason I'm sending in you is many of those prisoners are military. They're going to need a leader.
Hey.
Get them out of there. Get them to fight the elves. It doesn't matter. Like do what you feel like you got it with them.
I expect them to get out of cages. Wouldn't it be smart to send Phillipe to pick the locks on me to rip down the doors?
It's like,
I can probably handle the locks.
It's like
somehow.
Actually, Sugulite. Actually, no Sugulite because you got a more important job. You're going with Aria.
You gotta destroy the cannon.
It's like Aria. You're the smartest person here and the most magically talented. I'm afraid it falls on you to take out the cannon. You think you can do?
Sugulite because he's the biggest dude.
Yeah, Sugulite needs to protect you from however many elves they have guarding that thing.
Sugulite can just like smash the cannon himself.
Failing that, he could. It's like Khale looks at Aria very serious and is like, Aria, you think you could do it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll protect you with my life, mistress.
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why don't after we free the prisoners? Why can't Song lead them to help us defend the cannon until we all destroy it?
I'm hoping he does that. But the point.
It's like you hoping he's do what?
Song
he can help us take out the cannon. If we have like 1,000 people, it'll all be a little easier to defend it.
Do we know how many people are being held captive?
No. But numbers is good.
Well, that would help. But the point here isn't necessarily to have them attack. It's to confuse the guards. So they're being hit from. Can you guys hear me? It's something got silent on my end.
I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. That would help. But the point here isn't necessarily to attack the cannon. The point here is to confuse the guards because they'll be being hit from all these places at once. They won't be able to react to them all in time. Now that just leaves the third group. Khale looks directly at Phillipe. Phillipe, that just leaves you and me.
What the hell are we gonna do?
You and I, while all the chaos is going on outside, you and I are going to sneak into the actual prison and pulls out the gold coin and grab the engineer. With any luck, they'll be too confused by the riots with the prison and the cannon to pay much attention to him. We might be able to get him in and out before anyone notices. It's like
so who's gonna break out the prisoners though?
I can work that. I can work on that.
Song and Svent.
Do they know how to pick a lock?
We'll get something.
It's like
every lock has a key.
At that, like Khale looks directly to Phillipe. He's like, Phillipe, as much as I'm still mad at you for punching me in the dick, this is a completely serious question right now. You managed to convince Oscar to help us. You think you could pull that off again with his brother?
Wait, I convinced Oscar?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
You did.
Yeah.
I'm
take
trying
the
to remember
sword.
the campaign out of character.
Yeah. Try to take the sword with you. That would help a lot.
But yeah. You think you could convince? You managed to convince Oscar to help us. You think you could convince his brother?
I guess it's just.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, okay. He goes. I could. Is there a way I can show Svent or Song how to pick a lock a little better?
You could. It's like you could.
Look, we'll find something out.
Figure it out.
You could.
You just don't learn that shit on the fly.
We're not going to use shives. We're going to actually use the prisoner keys or prison keys.
Actually, to address all of them, this is why Philippe's coming with me. If they have the engineer locked up, we'll need Phillipe to get him out.
Why would they be locked up? Wouldn't he be working with them willingly? He's like Von Braun.
Not necessarily. If he isn't,
that's why you should bring. Yeah, that's why you should bring the sword because if he is willingly convinced, you can use it to convince him otherwise.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's that, and Oscar. Remember, Oscar told us his story. He managed to get out, but they captured his brother and brought him back. It's likely he's not working there willingly. And I'm saying this in
Okay, I
character.
couldn't remember that part of the story because I thought he was like a Nazi scientist, like von Braun.
I'm saying this in character too, by the way. So Phillipe knows
I was
this.
out of character.
But even still, I said that in character. It's like, so for this plan to work, we'll need to get a few things. I'll see if I can gather up some explosives from my contacts. For the prisoners, we'll need some weapons. It's like, all right, that Valencian fire we found in Valley Forge would probably work very well. They're easy to make, and we can make a lot of them. It's like,
do we have the resources to make them here?
all we need is lantern oil and a jar.
I still have 35 grenades. I'll have you know.
That's good.
It's like, so,
Okay, I guess, worst case scenario, we'll carry a few of those grenades on us if we can't get the keys.
all right.
Not to admit, this is actually a very in-depth plan.
So, okay. So at that, Khale finishes his plan. He's like, does everyone like this plan? And he's like,
Song, you're probably the most battle savvy of all of us. What do you think?
Let me find out.
I can repeat parts of the plan if you want.
Yeah, part of me likes it, but then again, we don't know how farly spaced each of these objectives is. That's
why we're going to scout it out.
The plan makes sense, but you do understand that you do need to scout this out, because while the plan is fairly sound, I mean, the idea of hitting multiple places at once would be a great distraction, because it would basically confuse the hell out of anyone that's there.
Yeah, because let's face it, it's going to require the coordination we don't have.
We managed to pull it out so far.
But you're going to actually need to,
All right. How many shit piece of like scalpel type metal sharp pieces like for like just put in a duffel bag we can hand out to the prisoners, because they need to have some sort of weapon against like guys that got swords and bows.
That's what I'm kind of worried about. Is I'm not sure if the prisoners are going to be in any fit state to actually fight.
That's why you're going. So,
and that's why if you give them a shiv, all it takes is one to the back of a guard. They'll be fine.
But yeah, Svent, that's why you're going. If they're not in any shape to fight, that's where you come in.
I meant morally too, not just physically.
Oh well,
that's why Song's there.
Yeah, that's why Song's there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But seriously, you give a man a knife, he feels a little bit better about running at guards.
All right. Well, I guess with that in mind, we should split up the shopping list. I'll. Anything more on Jayson's insight before I suggest the shopping list?
Yeah.
Your plan needs a lot of scouting to verify things.
That's completely fair.
Phillipe and whoever's the next sneakiest person.
That would actually be me.
You two then.
Wait, don't do it, Phillipe. Don't do what?
Scout out the location so you can make sure our plan can work.
All right.
All right. No guarantee this is going to work.
It's like,
but at the same time, it's better than nothing.
That kills. Like, if it does, we'll deal a huge blow to the elves, and they'll run home. And if we hit them hard enough, I'll run home crying to Ronan.
Okay.
Yeah, but if everything goes tits up, we need to have a fallback point.
It's like if everything.
We'll work on that. We'll work that out once we scout the area.
It's like, well, if we're getting from our contact in what's the name of the place we're meeting him in?
Lyceum.
If our contact in Lyceum is giving us what I think he is, our backup plan will probably be blow up everything.
What? Who's your contact?
I don't know.
That's the Wolfsbane set it up, remember?
Yeah, well, it's like, if he's giving us what I think he is, our backup plan would pretty much amount to blow up everything.
But he might not be given what you think he is.
But
not nice to assume.
That's why I'm getting the explosives. All right.
You guys need some lock picks just in case.
Yeah. So
I got my own, but I got my own set, but I'm not loaning that to you guys.
Pinball machine parts. Quick, we need to find
our
Libyans.
Keys.
All right, I'm gonna post I'm gonna post the shopping list of what I suggested into the chat.
Okay, and I got a personal
shit too.
I got a personal shopping list too.
So
I'm not giving prisoners Releasian fire.
Why not? All right.
Give him some shivs, though.
Yeah, I'll give him weapons. I'm not giving him explosives.
I'm not going to trust these prisoners to be able to like just walk up and fight like that.
They're still elves. Why should you trust them? Period.
Well, there's elves and soldiers.
Yeah, but they're still in the jail cells along with everybody
Our own
else.
soldiers, we can rescue. The elves,
We're rescuing.
We've already helped.
Oh yeah, this is not the time. Oh yeah, I understand your hatred towards the elves, but this is not the time.
Perfect time.
Here's what Khale says. Okay, here's what Khale says to that. It was like, we'll rescue Terra, we'll rescue Tennel, then we'll rescue our own people first. The elves will get if we have time.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're going to rescue who we come across first, regardless.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, we'll
work our way around the facility.
It's like, I thought Khale also points to Joe. Also, if you can, make sure you guys get the geologist. They seem to think she's important. If you get her out of there, this might cripple them.
Well, yeah, we're going to try to rescue as many people as possible from this thing.
They can't have if they don't have a uranium expert, they can't exactly have nuclear shit anymore.
All right. So, last thing to finish this all off. Does everybody sound on this plan? I realize this is going to be the ultimate test of all of our abilities.
Yeah, this is going to suck, but it's the best thing we got.
We need blackout gear.
So, all right. So,
if we're doing this at night, we can't be showing colors. We have to have clothing that obscures us into the night.
I agree with the Hobbit.
Oh boy, we're sneaking.
You don't get to use that word.
At that.
It's our word.
It's halfling, you jackass.
You say so.
I don't care. I'm now expecting you guys just to get some paint, just paint Sugulite black.
Congratulations, Sugulite.
We'll put an urban coat of paint on Sugulite.
Congratulations, Sugulite. You're now black for a day.
Okay.
Now, put a giant black burqa over him.
All right, so
that's my personal list.
So I guess with that, we split up the shopping list and we go get what we need. We'll meet back here, and I guess we'll leave.
When do we have to leave?
I suggest we leave before dawn, so we could or when John's coming, so we can get there as quickly as we can.
Yeah. All right then.
How far away is Lyceum?
It's about a couple days ride.
Gotta pay for that.
Okay,
maybe Sugulite doesn't have to be painted, because if they see me, I could just fall on the ground and pretend to be a rock.
Okay, fine. I'll buy
I am a rock. Fine. Did that rock just talk? No, it is in your imagination.
Yeah, fine. I'll buy it. Yeah, fine. I'll buy a keg or bale, whatever of this.
I don't have this stuff out for free. I got a business to run.
I'm buying it from you.
So, I guess tell me who, in order to expedite the process of purchasing this stuff. Tell me who's buying what, and I'll tell you what to deduct from your funds.
Well, I already listed my stuff.
I'm getting daggers.
Okay.
Oh.
Does anybody else besides me have a grappling hook and rope?
Daggers and axes.
Okay. Let me just...
I have rope. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, does anybody else have grappling hooks in case we got to scale something?
No.
I'd say go get some of those if you guys need them.
How many, Jayson?
Let's say 10 of each.
Okay.
I'm gonna check my inventory real quick to see if there's anything else I need.
How safe do I feel with my little experiment?
Grant, I have a grappling hook.
Okay, good. I got one too.
Crap, I got 10.
Hey, Zach.
What?
Is there such thing as sleeping darts that you can fire out of crossbows?
I was actually going to suggest sleeping poison.
Why not?
So I'm back to square one.
Sleeping poison cost you a fair bit because you actually had to go talk to the Assassin's Guild.
Alright, so how much that cost me?
The sleeping poison alone cost you 500, but in total you spent about 700.
700? Just for the health potions too?
Yeah.
700.
What pendant are you looking for?
Oh, remember we took a few of the pendants from Oscar's shop? That it was just laying around, remember? I don't remember who had it, though.
Wait, Wait, didn't those have those seeds in them?
Oh yeah, we could probably use the insanity flower on the elves.
We're not doing that.
Oh yeah, use
that
it.
thing.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Use it. Create a whole new nightmare.
Hey, if it's on the elves' territory.
Oh yes, that's the last thing we need. Zombie elves.
Well, as long as we can send them to attack other elves, then I'm fine.
Just have to let that sucker loose and Rodin's ranch.
Brains.
Elf brains.
Elf brains.
I'm totally fine with this.
All of a sudden they start biting the humans. We cannot distinguish between elf or human, for we are zombie brains.
The elf brains have little ears.
So yeah, let this thing loose and Rodin's powers.
Yeah, that's
Zach, do we still have one of those pendants? Or wait, would he recognize his brother's artwork from the toys? Because I still got
Maybe.
we still got some of the rabbits. I still got the monkey.
Yep.
All
right.
Okay, never mind. I don't need the pendant then. But I do need someone to draw the sword as best they can, because we probably don't want to lose that.
Which one of us is the most talented artist? Probably
Svent.
Yeah, Svent. You want to get on that?
I want to do what now?
Draw a picture of the sword so we could show it to the
Okay,
engineer.
hold on. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Does this thing have like engravings and all that? Look in the sword.
I can show you what it looks like.
I mean, it's upstairs. You could just look at it while you draw it.
Okay. No, I mean, like, is there like engravings on the blade and whatnot?
No.
Oh crap. All right, go
Roll
ahead.
in that one, and it looks like a stick. It looks like a stick. I think it's,
All right,
it's your
fine.
brother's sword.
Oh, 19.
Oh, okay.
19 to draw the sword.
All right. Basically, just taking a large sheet of paper and just like doing.
Take it with you.
Well,
That's what I was voting for this whole time.
that sword's valuable. I would not like to take it out to the elves again.
Well, if we
Do
just
you guys seriously trust Phillipe with that sword? Like in character, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if this
were you rolling
mission
19 for,
fails,
Joe?
you won't be able to appreciate that sword anymore.
Well, John,
Well,
you're going to with Phillipe to find the guy. Do you trust yourself with the sword?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, Zach, I believe that 19 was to draw the sword.
Yeah.
You draw it perfectly.
Yay. Via just like laying a large piece of parchment over and just kind of like sketching it out. I guess to get a style.
So, are everybody ready with what they want?
Yeah.
So I got the harp.
You got everything that you needed.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go say goodbye to Celeste first.
I vote we all just say goodbye to what loved ones we have.
We'll just say that you guys do. Well, songs
Well, I don't have
lady.
to leave her instructions. I leave her instructions. If I die, you have somebody. Can you promise me someone's gonna look for my elephant? Can you, somebody, please?
Fine. If you die, I'll look for your elephant.
No, I was telling that to her in case all of us die. Like I
So
say,
you're just standing in the room as you're confessing this. Yeah, I'll look
I know,
for
but
your elephant.
I was telling Celeste that if I don't come back, could she make sure someone still looks for Dumbo? He's got
She will.
he's an elephant. And he's got bright blue eyes.
She will. Oh. Additionally. So you all do that. Well, songs lady's in the camp.
Right, just
She's about-
sensitive jerks.
She's in the.
Well,
I'm
that's what you
surprised. I'm surprised I didn't have to roll charisma on Roy to get him to make those for me.
Hey.
Mhm.
Well, you're.
Yeah, I know now, but still.
Alright, so.
Did everyone get their black clothing?
Yay.
Yeah.
It is dawn.
Khale, being up as early as he usually is out getting the horses ready to travel.
So, I know I spelled academic wrong.
But yeah, that's where Khale is. He's getting the horses ready to travel.
So,
Alright.
And these are our northern steeds. They'll travel far.
Okay, in that case.
Alright, so do you guys all pile into the cart and head out?
Yeah.
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah.
Okay,
I tell you this much, guys. If we get through this, we better get paid big fucking time.
It's like at that Khale's
Hang on, someone's at the door.
Well, to that Grant, Khale says, like, this is a job from the Emperor. In the past, they've paid extraordinarily well.
Yeah, but I mean more so than usual this time. I mean, seriously. Seriously.
It's at that Khale, as Khale's throwing stuff and just like, yeah, money's good and all, but I'm doing this to get out Tenold and Terra. You don't know them like we do.
So, everybody ready to head out?
Yes.
Yep.
I don't mean money. I mean what I want.
You ride out. It takes about a day and a half to actually reach Lyceum.
While I'm on the road, could I test out those guns one night?
I want to test out something too.
No.
All right, fine.
Damn it.
I'll just assume I did.
I'm just going to assume I failed.
You reach the town of Lyceum, where Khale, Song, and Aria all first ventured in their very first task for Kenneler to Vaughn.
Yeah, I remember.
So, you been here before?
The only striking thing that really says something different about this rather large and powerful city is that now they're flying the banners of the Empire.
It's like,
Yep.
so what is this place?
Lyceum. It's one of the most affluent cities in the region.
They had to choose a side.
Oh, is this that fish the town we
No,
went
that's
to?
far in the north.
Yeah, that's in the north. You guys haven't been here, but me, Mike, and Jayson have.
You also note a very, very strong presence of the military. In fact, based on your military experience with the Empire, these aren't colonels, these aren't lieutenants, these are full-on generals that are parading around this place.
Oh, are Rosalie and General Carey out here?
You don't see them.
All right.
Okay, so Elysium.
But every building is flying a banner of the Empire or some sort of standard related to it.
This is different.
That's good, at least. At least we know we're in the right territory.
Wait, Kate, you said you've been here before?
It's like, Aria, and I took a job from a merchant named Yogurt. It's what brought us to the Empire.
Hey, I met him the other day. Cool guy.
Yeah, it's like Khale's like, yeah, that he is. We stopped here before we reached Cadenza.
Roll perception.
Golden them moons.
All of us.
Everybody.
18 total.
With the squeaky.
Okay, Phillipe, Aria, and Sugulite, you're all kind of,
Did I post that thing or?
distracted. You're just kind of going over all the supplies in the back. Song, Khale, and Svent, you actually hear and see an argument going on in full progress as you get close to the tavern that you all stayed at the first night you were in Lyceum.
Who's arguing, and does this concern me?
It's like,
Look, I don't care what you're saying about the military being here. This is not going to turn into some military outpost. This is still a town, and I still have a tavern to run.
Ooh, tavern.
You think the tavern would make a lot of business with the soldiers there?
Yeah, I was about to say.
And then you hear the counter side.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Trevor, I don't give two shits about whether or not you were appointed governor of this godforsaken place. Look,
you know what?
after he said that, he just kind of threw it. He's like, "Good day, sir,"
I said good day.
Good day, sir.
and he
know what?
walked off. So it's just Trevor standing there going,
You know what? Damn it, total question. I'm going to inquire.
No, now Trevor's gonna throw a potato at him.
You know this is Trevor from
He's
Spooky's
gonna
Let's...
kill him with that
I know,
potato
that's why I
like
said
he
he's
killed
gonna
the
"Killed the
And now he's gonna kill the general with one fell swoop of his potato.
rabbit. One punch potato man.
What was that all about?
What?
I'm talking to Trevor, whatever his name was.
That was the recording back up, Mike?
Yeah, it should be.
All right.
Okay.
He goes, the Empire annexed Lyceum.
Wait, what?
What?
due to the strong military presence inside, they felt it would be in our best interest if we were welcomed under the ever-growing, expansive banner of the Cadenza Empire.
That's us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Empire.
You guys are just kind of in the middle of a busy street, so...
I'm still looking for a place to park the horses.
And so the Empire decided...
Shut the bar down?
No, I was appointed because I was the most affluent member of the civilization. They decided, congratulations, Trevor, you are now regional governor of Lyceum.
Isn't that, wow. That's actually a major accomplishment. So what's the problem?
John.
They're... Oh, just the military typically being its military self. What, are you looking for rooms, or...?
That's a good question. Are we looking at Khale?
How long do you think we're going to stay here?
Is this a good place to stage a scouting run, or are we still too far?
Still too far.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, we
we got to meet our contact and get our bombs.
Yeah.
Well...
Let me roll something. Yeah, your contact isn't here yet, so...
He's like, well, we should probably talk to someone in charge. Someone would know we're coming out here.
Well, we got a governor right here.
No, not this guy. Someone military.
He's the governor.
He's the governor.
He's Trevor.
So, who's Trevor, then?
Trevor...
Yeah.
He's also a flaming homosexual. Not that that's a bad thing.
So, why
Very
shouldn't
fun about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, might as well step inside and get inside and figure out what to do from here.
And we got to find the Inquisition member. He's not exactly military.
I gotta re-roll it. Okay, just...
Inquisition members drink, right?
There
Maybe
we
he'd
go.
know if he'd seen one with his robes.
I kept rolling the die, and it kept either stopping on the... It kept basically hitting stuff and then bouncing and...
Hey, as long as it's the defensive side up, it...
Yeah, well, it was like hitting stuff, and then I have this surface on my desk, and so it's like every time I roll it, it kind of rolls on the same 4 numbers.
Oh.
Hey, Trevor, do you happen to know where, perhaps a man of the Inquisition persuasion would be around here?
He just kind of lifts and goes, isn't that one of them right behind you?
He goes, holy crap, Svent! Yeah, he's looking for his buddy. Is there one around here?
I don't think
He points, he's not him, the man on the horse.
Huh?
Oh. Well, that helps.
Riding up towards your ragtag group of people.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Is a member of the Inquisition. You don't have to be a member of the Inquisition because he was wearing the traditional red and black robes. Anything else very specific? Roll perception.
Thanks, Trev.
Sure, I'll roll them both. Give it a... It tastes just like raisins. Have a stroke of its mane. It turns into a plane, and then it turns back again when you... Stop now.
John, your dice suck again.
Joe, you're still kind of just staring at Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor!
And His Majesty.
Wait, are we rolling? Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't hear but John singing.
Fine, sorry.
So what are we rolling for?
Perception.
On the Inquisitor.
You're also kind of impressed by the majesty that is Governor Trevor. Mike, are you rolling?
Nah.
Okay.
But it's only me, Governor. All I think is, Jake, you're president now.
As he's riding up, you take note that he is a kind of odd-looking Inquisitor. I mean, after all, with the scar under his left eye, the right ear missing, and what appears to be
I met him!
I knew he'd
a
show up.
A couple of different scars on his rolled-up arms.
Wait, everyone knows him?
It's Mercutio.
Oh, fuck.
He's gonna get shot.
Yeah, he's... Oh, man.
He won't die, but he'll get shot.
I take it Magistrate Valentine sent you?
Well, Joe, this is one of your people. You talk to him.
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm the representative here.
I remember you. I handed you that letter a few days ago.
Oh. Wow, I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Alright, so what do we got?
If you'd all like to follow me we need to ride out into the fort. We need to... 1 second. Okay, good. We're not staying in Lyceum.
Fair enough.
We're actually heading into the Cadenza outpost in the forest.
He's like, at that kill, just like, great. So great, we're going into the forest. Now I can finally have some fun.
Oh no, we're going to the Cadenza outpost. We're going to the Cadenza outpost. Forward outpost Rome.
Okay, in that case, 1 second.
What happened to Grant?
I don't know.
Okay, I kind of look back at Trevor and say, yeah. See, Charles totals through times to the sin.
He has no idea what the hell you're saying.
Yeah. It's like, close enough.
All right, so I guess we follow our science fiction persuasion friend into the forest.
Where'd Grant go?
I'll text him. See.
Yeah, we'll wait a couple minutes. In the meantime, let's just say you're just riding out of town.
All right.
I thought we'd stay there a bit longer.
Oh no, the Inquisition likes to get things done.
That's good.
I like this guy then.
He does say he hopes if something important happens, we save it for him. But semantics.
Yeah. So, Mercutio is very quiet when riding out. He's just like leading your cart down the road out of Lyceum into the ever looming forest.
Roll perception on trees.
I'm going to roll perception on, behind us.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is it dark already, or what time is it?
It's about noon.
It's like still unnat 20 on the trees.
Okay.
Because if elves shoot us, they're going to shoot us from the trees.
Oh, there's my score.
And damn it.
If there's anything magical detect.
You gonna roll anything, Ken?
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything I can really do.
You're in a cart being pulled by horses.
Yeah, I won't roll anything.
All right. For those looking at the trees, you see nailed into some of the taller trees the banner of the Cadenza Empire.
Cool.
You also see, let's see, John, you actually, with your, basically how good your eyes are as a ranger, you can actually see hooded figures perched in the trees with bows.
I'm guessing they're not elves if they're not immediately shooting us.
Hopefully.
Once we get deeper into the forest, they'll start shooting us, and that's why I'm going to constantly keep looking at the trees. I prefer if someone else watches ahead.
You and both Song, you just see soldiers, just kind of like a couple of guards milling about like the immediate area.
Yep.
In addition to ballistas being set up.
What are they preparing for? Like, can I make an educated guess just by that perception roll?
War.
You both rolled well enough that you rolled better, but you both would understand that they're probably anticipating that the elves, because of the proximity of Lyceum, they might make a move.
That is probably the case.
Yeah.
As for Arcana, not all those soldiers that are milling about are normal people. They're gun mages.
Yep.
Oh.
Any familiar ones?
No. They all are people you've never met before. In addition, you can also sense the forest. There's something it's a type of magic that you really kind of have to.
It's really hard to.
Is it like natural magic or whatever it is?
Yeah, it's the natural magic of the forest. It's like
The Fae.
Yeah, it's like life, and you felt something similar when you dealt with the Fae.
Oh wow!
It's like that magic that they tie into.
This has nothing to do with D&D, but apparently to kick off this year's Comic-Con, they're opening a Power Rangers exhibit in San Diego.
Okay.
Why? Why are they doing this?
Anyway.
I'm not gonna wait.
So, as you approach the forest, you see that as Mercutio rides past several of the soldiers, they give him a very brisk and quick salute. He goes, it's not much further. Forward Point Rome is only about 15 minutes into the trees.
I'm texting
Off your
Grant.
phone. Oh,
Oh,
you're texting Grant. Okay.
I'm texting Grant to tell him nothing important's happening.
Okay. Sorry about that.
The road that you're on, Mercutio actually says, the road that we're on is actually the road that Valentine told you about.
Is it?
Oh,
Khale doesn't say anything. He's just watching the trees.
If you just keep on this road and stay on this road, it should get you close to the Valley of the Sacrifice.
He's like, Khale now asks, "Are we certain that the camp is in the Valley of the Sacrifice? Like, how close have you guys gotten?"
The Inquisition sent out one of its best rangers last night. He came back this morning and confirmed that he did see that there were campfires coming from that area. He didn't want to get any closer because, well, you understand.
Grant just went green.
The road it's a dirt road.
Oh, it's a Ford. Yeah, we can hear you.
I guess
Okay, Grant, literally the only thing that happened was we rode into the forest, I rolled perception on the trees and saw some of our own soldiers in there, and then...
What did Mercutio give us?
Nothing yet. He just walked in and told us, Zach, you want to reiterate that, just for Grant?
That the road that you're on, if you just keep following it, you will get to your destination.
And they are confirmed there because the scouts saw campfires there.
Alright.
Yeah. But I mean, like, is it like overgrown? Is it faded? Does it look like it's been used a lot recently at all?
It looks used. It's a dirt road. It looks like it's been used frequently. You can't say for certain, because you're only on this part of the road, you can't say for certain.
Yeah.
All right. And you go. You eventually, after a couple minutes, Mercutio's not really talking. He's just kind of writing.
I await his epic speech.
Yeah. So
as you finally come into a small clearing.
What?
You come to a small clearing where there are a number of tents as well as like quick build like small structures. You know, like a couple of like corner posts and then a tent roof.
Something you could set up really fast and then get out of.
Yes.
Any symbols or insignias on it?
The Empire's the seal of the Emperor.
Okay.
Nice.
Whoa.
Late Christmas present is a G with a Hulk in it.
G.
Nice.
A G for Godzilla. Oh, Grant.
It's me. I'm gonna put it right over here somewhere.
J with Superman.
Yeah. G.
Nice.
Obviously for Quint.
So as you approach one of the tents that has the seal of the Inquisition, Mercutio dismounts his horse and says, "We're here."
All right. Khale says nothing. I follow him in.
Like, all right.
Does everyone follow him?
Yeah, I follow.
Yeah.
As you enter the room, there's a large table set out with a map.
I give the horses a quick pet, and if we're carrying food for them, I give them something to eat while we discuss things.
Huh.
As you enter the tent,
because Khale cares about those horses, I'm just going to say.
As you enter the tent,
don't worry, I'm not going to eat them.
As you enter the tent, you see a map of the surrounding area with troop locations demarcated, as well as a single like metal needle with the seal of the Inquisition placed on Valley of the Sacrifice.
So I take it this is the local area, right?
It is.
All right, one sec. I'm going to try doodle it into my book.
This now. when you ride out, he goes, Valley of Sacrifice is 1 day's ride from here on horse.
I'm gonna roll wrong again. Shit!
It's 3 days walk. It's 3 days without horse.
Khale's question: How far can we get in before our horse is shot?
You'd be riding for about 4 hours.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Now, we recommend. It is my personal recommendation that you leave your horses here.
Okay, I'm
And
okay with
walk
this.
from this point on. It'll take you longer to get there, but
At least we'll actually get there, right?
potentially, yes. Now, we can't guarantee your safety, of course. It is a war zone. You're technically just walked into the war zone.
Yeah, Khale just
Congratulations, everybody!
at that Khale says like, look, no one can guarantee anyone's safety. The only thing that's an absolute certainty is if somebody's trying to kill you, can you kill them before it?
What about this? Why doesn't Mercutio pull us in a wagon and drop us off if he's so paranoid about leaving horses around?
What?
That way we don't have to like walk for hours on end.
You ask him that?
Yeah, I'm saying, why doesn't someone just drop us off? You don't want and then head back.
That would be incredibly dangerous too.
Yeah, that would be.
That's riskier still, because what if your driver gets sniped?
That's the
I thought you
yeah.
said we could ride for 4 hours before we had to leave them.
No, he said we'd ride for 4 hours before we all got shot.
Yeah. So no, we're walking this.
We're walking.
No, I was like,
Now,
You can.
That's-
Yeah.
If
that's
we're
the thing I
walking,
can't
if we're
understand.
walking, what
Like, we
difference
ride for,
will it
like,
make?
say,
But
3
it sounds like
hours,
we still
walk
get
together.
shot.
If you want Sugulite
There's
to
a greater
kill you,
chance of
go
hiding.
again. I'm sure Sugulite can kill you if you want.
No, I'm talking about because if we can go 4 hours before they even start to shoot at us, why don't
We
you
don't know
stay
that.
like disembark after like the 3rd hour of riding the horses? That way we're a little closer.
No, we don't even know that. This is just an estimate.
Yeah.
that being said, our rangers have reported since this morning that the elves have actually been pulling back towards the valley.
How long ago was this?
About 3 hours ago.
So this is really recent.
The elves have been slowly pulling back towards the valley.
So what you're saying is time may be of the essence here.
If they're pulling back, it could mean one of two things. One, the cannon is ready. Gods help us if it is. Or
Oh,
two, they're about ready to move.
Shit.
Oh boy.
Either way is bad for us.
Incredibly so. Now,
All right.
now he reaches under the table and pulls out a long, skinny wooden box.
Aria, you want to roll? I'd suggest rolling Arcana on this if it were my character, but it's your character.
26.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, the magic and arcana forces that are coming out of this thing.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
so we are
What do
going
we
to
got?
blow it up.
So what do we got?
He opens up the box, and there are 3 orbs.
Got 3 what?
3 orbs with a red glow at their very center.
Gold gems.
They're alchemy bombs.
Alchemy bombs are down in the balefire.
And he hands you a piece of paper, Aria.
Okay.
These are a modified version of the alchemy bomb. They're a smaller explosion, and they're on a slight delay.
Fallout.
If you were to throw these into the cannon, it would probably rupture the magical. It would probably rupture whatever magical generator is being used to generate the mana for the cannon. More than likely, explosion would be more concussive than actual burning. It is magic after all. This is the incantation to activate them. You'll have approximately 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, so these are reverse engineered then.
It's hope they work.
Indeed.
Oh,
Do
dear
you
God!
help at all?
I just
Or was
realized.
that my regular grenade.
What?
Oh, you're talking about the Valencian firebombs we still have.
No, the ones I still have. I didn't give them any to you.
I didn't have any. I borrowed yours.
So, any questions thus far, gentlemen and lady?
I have now carried the question that something that we could potentially do if this works. Can Sugulite roll athletics to pull the cart and everyone else instead of the horses?
That would actually not be a bad idea.
Actually, you
Probably
could.
yes.
Yeah, let's.
I roll athletics.
Otherwise, we're carrying like
Yeah.
how many.
Okay, plus my bonus. This is what I rolled for athletics.
Yeah.
He can pull the cart.
And we're running
Because I'm
40
pretty
miles
sure I'm
an hour.
more arrow-proof than the horses.
All right,
All
let's.
right.
All right, let's go.
This works.
Okay, Sugulite, this is an insane plan, but let's go with it.
I just have one question regarding like the elven prisoners.
Yes.
Should we give them something to like identify them, and then to make sure they're not so that you guys don't shoot them like on sight or something?
They have pointy ears. We'll know.
Touche.
And they'll be traveling with the prisoners.
Okay, touche. Because it sounds like it may be well. Okay.
They'll probably be the
Remember-
ones that look gaunt and dirty.
Yes.
That's pretty much everyone.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, because this is the Inquisition, I am obliged to read this to you. Pulls out a small piece of paper. We are not liable for your deaths, damages done to you, your property, or any of your appendages or limbs. In fact, according to the Inquisition, you guys never went on this.
At that, Khale just looks at him with a complete straight face and is like, "I've been working for years as a mercenary. I'm used to this."
I thought this just came with the territory.
We're all gonna die.
If you botch this,
Okay.
if you botch this thing, the Inquisition is going to lie to the entire public and say that nothing ever happened. Because we'd rather save the morale of the entire populace than the 6 of you. It's policy.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Khale has no problems with this.
Understandable,
We're
I
not-
suppose.
Understandable. I mean, but then I still hate you.
Okay, so next.
I mean, we'll send lovely letters to everyone that you personally know to let them know what's going on, but
You may want to watch out for the north if I die. Not the best thing may happen.
we've...
She just
There have been
says no,
scouts.
No Russian.
nothing else after that.
Okay. Any further questions?
Guess not really.
Splendid. You may take the next 2 hours to rest. After that, I recommend you head out.
Khale does so, and he also takes time to make sure everything he brought is in order.
Okay.
Okay, got. See, I have explosive arrows. I got shackles. I have extras. I got my potions. I'm ready.
Okay.
I also.
Ritualistic dagger. I'm good.
Khale starts figuring out how he's going to hitch up Sugulite to a wagon, and also if we're going to be using the same wagon that we brought, or if they're giving us one.
Yeah. I'm just looking over my pendulum, so.
Sugulite, go!
They're not giving you one. I'm just telling you that now.
Huh. Then it might
You're
be
just the only wagon for like 2
He
miles.
pulls a wagon out of his bag of holding. Here's another wagon.
Here's a wagon.
I just imagine you unhitch the horses. I just
And you
can't
get a
follow
wagon.
like a
and
cog.
You get a wagon, and you get a wagon.
You get a wagon. You get a wagon. You get a wagon.
You don't
No,
get a
get
wagon
one.
because nobody likes you.
All right, so do you guys decide to get into the cart and head off?
I do.
Yep.
I'm standing in the carts, bow ready to shoot anything that moves. And actually, hold on. I tell this to Phillipe. It's like, hey, Phillipe, come over here. Come over here.
But
It's like once we're out in the move, I'm gonna be watching the trees constantly. So I'll need somebody else to look ahead. Since you have
you can move within the trees if you want.
well, so could I. But we'll only worry about that if it comes to it. But right, I just need someone else with a keen eye to look ahead.
All right. I was planning on that anyway.
All right. So, okay, I'll watch the trees. Sugulite, I guess Sugulite's pulling us. Who's gonna be watching the rear?
I suppose I will.
All right, you got that. All right. So
you head off.
is Sugulite running, or is he just pulling it?
I rolled athletics, so
Well, he got a 30, so...
He's kind of, it's not quite running, but it's not quite sprinting. It's a light jog.
All right, please be a good roll to see if anything is in the trees while we are out there.
You've been riding for about 4 hours, so the sun is starting to set, but then again, the trees have gotten a lot thicker.
Nice for perception on the trees. Anything that moves, I just automatically shoot it.
Dude, you're gonna waste all your arrows.
I have plenty of arrows.
There's nothing. All you hear are the sounds of nature.
Right.
What the hell?
I remain ever vigilant.
You rolled a 1 on Joe rolled a 1 on perception. All right.
Joe Bog asleep.
Yeah, Joe's basically asleep.
I hate yeah.
The sun has set.
Mm-hmm.
It is now nighttime. You are still all traveling on the road.
How many rounds have I rolled so far?
Do you wish to... I know that, well, Sugulite doesn't really take enough to sleep. Do you wish to stop off somewhere slightly off the road and camp? Sleep in the cart, or...
I thought... How long did you say it would take us to get there if we walked or did this?
3 days, and that does include sleeping and stopping.
Okay.
Well, if Aria charges me, I could keep going.
Charge.
Yeah, charge.
Yeah, but let's face it.
Also, I do not feel comfortable sleeping in this forest. Like, I probably would if I had to, but I'm probably only going to get like a couple hours.
Okay, really quickly. Does anybody hear anything coming from my mic when I'm not talking?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
Okay, good. It's not picking up the laundry then.
Right.
Okay, so keep going through the night. Is anyone like up or?
I vote that Sugulite carries. One of us should stay watch just in case.
Telrai has low light vision.
Yeah, one of you has to be the watch, and we'll do a rotation.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if this dice still hates me.
Right.
All right.
Okay, Khale sleeps. Sugulite keeps going.
Are you rolling Constitution, Joe?
Huh? No, I'm just using normal dice rolls.
For what?
I'm just seeing what the heck is going on with this thing, because I'm going like on average like below 10s.
So who's watching?
I'll watch.
I'll watch too.
All right, actual roll this time. This is Constitution, right?
Yeah.
I want both of you that are doing the night watch roll perception.
Perception.
Also, you rolled a nat 20 on that die before.
Okay. Jayson.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You blink, and Grant sees this because he's sitting in the back, not really faking sleep. You see a single ranger drop out of the trees into your cart.
Stab it.
Relax. I'm with the Empire.
Khale immediately wakes up and pulls his bow at him. He's like,
Relax.
Okay, yeah.
Show us your ears.
He pulls his hood down. See? Normal.
Like,
What the hell are you dropping in our cart for?
let's lose.
Who the hell are you?
I'm one of the forward scouts. I've been tracking your movement as well as the movement of the elf guards that are going through this place.
Okay, so I'm guessing we're on a collision course then, if you came to warn us.
No. I'm just telling you. Well, there was an elf scout about 3 trees back. He was about ready to, attack you guys, but, oh, don't worry. He reaches into his bag, pulls out a severed head. I got him.
Khale immediately likes this guy.
Good.
Like, thanks.
Or dead elves.
He's like,
Yeah, thanks.
But there's something I think you should know.
what?
We stick out like a sore thumb.
He reaches into he actually pulls back his lapel. He has the seal of the Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I heard about your mission, so I thought you guys might want to see something I pulled off of this guy's corpse.
What?
Okay.
I found this weird-looking coin.
Khale takes it.
Loading.
19 on perception for it.
Loading.
Actually, no, I rolled a 19. It would be, yeah.
All right. Is my video loaded?
Yeah, it's loaded.
It's loaded.
Yeah, it's loaded.
No, it's frozen now.
Wait,
No, it's good now.
Jason,
you.
can you
Good.
see me?
It's good. It's good. It's good.
He shows you the coin. Anyone ever seen this on a coin before? Moreover, 200 years ago, there were reports that the Order was very active amongst the elves. Very active. But then they just disappeared. And no one has heard of them since. The only thing you do know, the only last bit of information you do know is that prior to this, in the Cadenza Empire, there was a crusade, an actual inquisitorial crusade carried out to find anyone that supported the Order of Olathros.
Huh.
So the plot thickens again.
The plot thickens.
All right.
Grant, I believe the no is to you.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So do you support this order? Yes or no?
Fuck it, I just joined because it sounded like the deal of a lifetime.
Fine. Now tell us what I asked for.
I already told you. I don't count. I'm a scout.
All right. I'm going to be
Yes,
very
yes.
generous. Okay, I'm going to be very generous with you today. Something a lot more than Aria could ever hope to be.
Jason, roll charisma.
Well, while he's doing that, I want Joe to finish his speech because I like where this is going.
There's like If you march down this road, there's road. The chance to get out of this shitty deal, lies just a few hours away. Say you were a prisoner. They'll get prisoner. Answer whatever the hell questions they ask you. Because if you don't, well, Shane.
Jason, he looks up at you.
They can do a lot worse than me.
After Svent finishes, he looks up at Song and just says, I don't know, 100 guards, 15 elites.
At that kill, just whispers, "Knew it."
About 300 prisoners, I guess.
Knew it.
A lot of
Oh,
them died.
It's like at that kill's like anyone important.
Roll, John.
What is this, charisma?
Yep.
I have negatives to this, so this can't be good. What are my charisma modifiers? Charisma's 12. Oh, I actually have a +1. I actually have a +1 to charisma. Roll a 13.
He goes, yeah. When we left this morning, Pagan was there.
Pagan? All right.
Pagan Munda.
Pagan who?
He's one of the Hands of Ronin.
Oh.
And General Lauka and his war band were there.
Hey.
Aria.
Just all right. Anyone else we should be aware of?
I ain't saying the goddamn word. You better just kill me, man. I've already said enough to warrant my head mounted on Ronin's wall.
At that kill, Khale pulls his bow away from him. All right, well, happy to oblige that. Aria, Khale gets off of him. Aria, he's all yours.
Hang on.
All right.
So you're really willing to throw away what little time you have left like that.
Who was holding him down?
Aria.
Aria's still holding him in the grasp.
All right, you're still holding him.
The other one's
Grasp
unconscious.
is starting to weaken a little bit.
Well, did we get everything we want, Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, all right. If we okay, all right.
Too late.
Why?
We're
Roll.
not letting him go.
Roll a quick Arcana thing because that's
Shit.
the worst.
Okay, fine.
Well, let's see. What's that plus that? 27.
Did you just crush him with your
In a
telekinetic
sickening display of your powers, the guy literally bursts inwardly into paste.
Well,
Yay!
damn
A
it.
fine red liquid spreading out across the floor,
Well,
seeping through what was his armor, what was his undershirts. Basically, there's a stain on the road.
Dang it, I didn't get to stab him in the dick.
We don't take
damn it.
prisoners.
Everybody
Okay,
All
so
right.
so this guy's passed out. Should we take care of him as well?
What do we
What's
do?
that
Yeah.
Everybody that's not Aria, I want you to roll Constitution because you just watched your party member turn this guy into a fucking can of tomato paste.
Well,
Yeah, 20.
I don't think it would affect you, Ken.
I
I was like, well,
I rolled
this is
an 8.
every day
Oh,
with
wow.
I rolled an 8.
So-
Yeah, I roll once. You're going to just somehow start throwing up sand.
So, Joe, you got a 17.
okay.
Your Constitution is 12, right?
Yeah.
You got a
Grant?
17. You only take the bonus.
Grant, Joe, and Ken, you're fine.
Eh,
You're all just
I
kinda
see
like-
Lars.
Huh. R is to Jayson and John. Both of you are like, you kind of go weak in the knees, but you're able to stand upright, but you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
Oh my.
At that kill, just like Aria. There's a reason. Aria. There's a reason. I defer them to you.
Yeah, I'm more
Was
effective.
that really necessary?
Yes.
if you both would have rolled below a 7, you'd be throwing up right now.
Well, I would have thrown up on his corpse.
I say we wait. I say we wake the other guy up, show him what we did to his friend, and see if he has any more info to give us.
That's a good idea.
Walk
Try
over to
that.
Sugulite.
Let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
Let's
Like your
do
boss.
that.
Let's do it.
All right, Jayson. All right. So okay,
Oh.
Svent, you got to interrogate that one. I vote we give Song a turn.
He's
Just-
supposed to be the general. He should probably know
Of
more
course.
stuff about
Yeah.
interrogation than we do.
Yeah.
His beard will command it.
Yeah. So yeah, let's give this. I vote we. Actually no. Sugulite's got him. This should be
He's
fine.
like,
One second.
Okay.
Slap.
Yeah. Okay.
Slap you.
You said, Zach, you said he was awake?
oh, he's up.
He says, okay.
Hey, look what we did to your friend.
He says, okay, we just had a nasty run-in with your friends. If you want,
You see that red stain here? That's all that's left of him.
okay, if you want to walk away from this and choose your next words very, very carefully, Aria, please hold up on this one at least for like a few minutes.
What are you going to ask him?
Rolls are
We
out.
could Inglorious Bastards him and just carve like the Inquisition into his forehead.
That's stupid.
No, I have an idea. I'll have to wait till this is done.
I don't have dexterity for that.
Sorry.
Alright.
Let's go.
Let's finish this out.
All right, so the elf, you have the elf with the crushed hand.
He's waking up.
He is awake. What do you ask him, if anything?
I vote we give this one to Jayson since Svent interrogated the other guy.
All right.
Off.
He says, all right. We just had a little run-in with your friends. We got some questions for you that I hope
What'd you say,
that
Jayson?
I was asking where we left off from the last. What questions were left unanswered?
You just woke this other guy up.
See if he knew any more, because the other guy wasn't telling us anything else out there.
I'd still like to know the layout of the camp, and I'd like to know who's in charge there.
Let's show him what we turned his buddy into. Maybe that'll get him talking.
Well, I rolled a 2 on my charisma.
Okay. We
I'll
got.
make it 4.
Should I just repeat my speech again, or?
I just want to know. I want to make sure that the numbers are right. I ask him how many men are there.
Let's see. Here, let's see. Roll for him. He shrugs. He's just like, I don't know.
All right, Aria, kill him.
No, Sugulite has an idea.
Wait,
But Sugulite has a
hold up.
Sugulite has an idea.
So, okay.
Sugulite does this instead. I lift him up, and I pass his spine against my knee Bane style.
Oh
I
my
did not
God!
ask what he did.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I
this
know it was
is.
a ploy. That's why I didn't
Wait,
count
let me
him.
roll. Let me roll.
No, it's
And she was gonna go wrathful aspect on that. So
Should I roll for strength though?
Yeah,
Or
roll for
something?
strength.
Yeah,
Because you might have like
break
hit
in
him so
half and
light that
flip.
he just doesn't do anything.
That'd be really funny.
Um,
I think I kind of do.
Oh no.
Song's just like,
With a
Oh.
sickening crunch.
I didn't tell him to do that.
I
With
know.
a sickening crunch. You snap the elf's spine in half. Is he still technically alive? Yes, he is.
Let's try that again.
He's screaming
Okay.
in pain. You broke his spine, so he's still like he can't feel anything below his back, below his
Joe,
ass.
can you heal him so he'll
Yeah,
stop screaming?
Yeah, we'll have to roll for
Lose him
healing.
while he's paralyzed.
Okay, healing. Okay, healing would.
And
Oh.
Jayson, I guess you could question him while we're doing that.
Hey Zach, can
I'm
you
going
find
to
anything
stop
on his
screaming.
paralyzed buddy?
You basically just find a bag of silver coins.
Mine. How much is in it?
Oh my gosh, this is kind of disastrous.
Oh, yeah, there's 18.
Like,
18 coins.
okay, before we go any farther, hold off for a second.
You heal him, Joe.
Like, is this okay? I'm assuming his spine is still bad, right?
Oh, it's still fucked up. He's gonna if you don't kill him, he'll barely be able to walk for the rest of his life.
Do we have your attention now?
Yeah, you do.
How many do you have? How many men?
About 200, maybe more. There's more coming in and out all the time. If you don't include them that showed up this morning.
Include them who showed up this morning.
All right. Okay.
Okay, then there's approximately 230 soldiers, 20 elite guards with those new weapons.
What new weapons?
Khale doesn't say anything, but his ears perk up.
What new
It's-
weapon?
What weapons?
It's you. Well, you're from the Empire, right?
Yeah.
No.
You're familiar with the gun mages, correct?
Oh, fuck.
No.
Actually, Khale's like, I am. Please tell me more.
Is-
You
We
guys are terrible at the secret mission.
we really are. We just.
we stole one of their weapons, and we found a way to. Elves can't really do gun mage things. We're magically powerful in certain circles, but it's not really offensive. It's more defensive magic.
So someone found a way to make them offensive.
We found a way to use. The engineer created sort of these arcana cells that he is able to power small machines with.
Laser
Interesting.
guns.
Wait, he has a who made this?
Is it-
The
all right.
engineer.
Okay. All
Oscar's
right.
brother.
Okay. In exchange for another heal, what are you going to tell us about where the engineer's being kept, if he's kept in one that?
The engineer he's usually kept towards the back of towards where the command tents are. He's always he's usually under surveillance most of the time.
You know,
But he had a meeting this morning with Lauka. Lauka was there.
yeah.
Ronan left before I showed up, and he met with that.
Yeah. Do you know if he's being held against his will, or is he doing this willingly?
I don't know, but all I know is that they came to ask for him. I was there I was there before I was sent out on duty, but the mage, you heal him. You actually heal him and his hand, miraculously enough.
Wow.
You mean his non-hand?
Yeah, his non.
It's just like It's like whatever's left is just like regenerating.
And that hulking monstrosity.
What now?
I don't know what's his name.
Cannon.
Let's see if he remembers his name.
And
Oh, he does. The mage and that king, that orc chieftain, McGrock was there.
Oh.
Okay, roll to see. Okay, I gotta roll for this.
Graph.
That number is left up to Zach. How that plays out.
You're fine. You keep the
elves
goal.
with laser guns, giant orcs, and 200 elves.
Okay.
There's 10 orcs in the camp. They're just McGrock's war band, his personal war band.
Okay, at that, because I do want to do this. Khale moves over. He flat out pushes Song out of the way, pulls out his knife, holds it to his throat. He's like, "Tell me about McGrock."
Okay, hold up.
Did you just push me?
No, I pushed Svent.
3 minutes later. Okay, Song, everyone else is dead. Roll up new characters, everybody.
Beating the shit out of him on the ground.
Actually, hold on. Actually, no. Actually, Khale has a knife to him. He's like, "Tell me about McGrock."
Yeah, you hate McGrock. That's right.
Tall, green. He's an orc. That's all I know.
It's like, pushes the knife closer. Is that really all you know?
Yeah, that's all I know. I don't deal with orcs. I'm just a scout. I don't even have a rank.
Okay.
Fine. Khale pulls the knife away. Fine. It's like, I look back to Sung and Svent. He's all yours.
All right. Listen up.
No, I pushed Khale out of the way.
I didn't push you. I pushed Svent.
You said Song.
No, you said Kate. No, you said Song.
You said
Well, I apologize.
and
I still pushed
to
Khale.
prove it.
Okay.
No.
Well, regardless, I pushed somebody out of the way to get to him.
Think he's all dead. God, I have you bastard.
All right,
All right. I got one last question for you. All right. What do you know about the Order of Orthinos?
The what now?
Hang on.
Jayson, were you going to ask him anything else?
Yes, I want to know. I wanted to clarify how many prisoners there were because the other guy said what, 300?
I want to know the layout of the prison, like where the guard posts are, if there's a way to call for reinforcements.
There's about 400 prisoners.
Dear God.
It's like
There's about 400 prisoners. 300 or about 200 of them are soldiers.
All right.
Only 200 of them were soldiers. There were a lot more, but Pagan came and he took the scraps, as he called them.
there's like
All right.
And then there's about 200 civilian elves from the capital.
all right. It's like, what's the layout of the camp? Where are your guard stations? Do you have a way to call for reinforcements?
Yeah, we've got horns to signal each other. I mean, it's not that complicated.
Or
Do you have a horn on you?
No, the men at the post do. There's one central tower.
oh,
Like when you see it, but all the command posts are located towards the back.
all right.
Prisoners are kind of kept haphazardly. It depends.
Okay.
Khale's liking what he's hearing.
Okay.
The special prisoners, the one that they think are worth a little bit more, they're
All right.
kept closer to the command center.
All right.
All right.
Now again. All right. So how do you feel about all this? What do you think of Ronan?
Okay, let's see. We're going to split this down the middle. If he rolls above a certain number, he supports him. If he rolls below,
He's an elf.
I-
So it doesn't really matter.
I join the army. I mean, he makes some interesting points.
Do you really think you're going? Yeah. Do you really think you're going to have a long life? Okay, life serving that guy. He doesn't care if he dies.
I mean, Khale's is like, you met us. That's proof of that.
I don't care if he dies.
Okay, granted, Aria doesn't care either, but
What's it matter? When we win the war, Abaddon will be resurrected.
Pardon?
He will lead us in the glorious crusade.
No, go back to that. No,
It's cute that you think you'll win.
wait, you actually.
History on
Wait,
Abaddon.
I'm gonna roll a religion check on
Yeah,
Abaddon.
you roll religion since you're better at that one.
Well, I had to be better because I rolled shit again.
I know who Abaddon is, but
Back
Khale
to that.
Did
doesn't.
anybody ask who the man they were looking for was?
Abaddon is called the Despoiler.
No.
What's
You
your
mean Abaddon the
intelligence,
failure?
14.
14. You get a +2, plus that, plus your trade
Yeah.
that, plus 7. Yeah. So probably it's 2 plus 13. I'm thinking is your religion.
So you roll a 15.
I think
Okay.
you rolled a 15. Because I don't know where
History-
you rolled from.
History,
Yeah, 'cause-
Abaddon is an ancient god.
Yeah.
He is a very ancient god. He died shortly after the First War of the Gods. Additionally, you do recall that he wanted, unlike many of the gods or people like we think they exist, they have proof. They have actual physical proof this guy existed.
Oh, wow. Physical proof that
Joe, on the other hand, you recall Abaddon was the god of the stars. He was more of a cosmic being who was one with the universe.
Okay.
You also recall that he had creatures that followed him made of star stuff called the Wolves of Abaddon, which, according to his loyal followers, that before he died, he made a prophecy that if he somehow was able to be resurrected, he would summon forth the Wolves of Abaddon, and they would cleanse the planet of all enemies of his people.
Oh.
Mostly referring to his cheating ass stabbing his cheating asshole backstabbing brother, Nyarlathotep.
Niall what? I heard that name just yesterday.
That
Lovecraftian god.
Well, you heard the name yesterday because he's related to the god who founded the Inquisition. He also stabbed him in the back.
Wow.
Everyone stabbed everyone in the back over here.
Also,
What's
both of you know this. Both of you know this. Ronan considers himself to be the prophet of Abaddon.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, crap.
That it is his divine right to rule over his people and lead them on a glorious crusade against his enemies.
Oh, crap.
So we will
Hence
crush
why
our
it's-
enemies, drive them before us, and hear the lamentation of the women.
All right.
Hence why he calls his closest soldiers the Wolves of Abaddon.
That makes sense. All right.
Sorry to burst your bubble, buddy, but you guys ain't winning this war.
Yeah. All right. If you actually want to, use what's left of your time wisely, follow that road. Just say you're a refugee or whatnot. Answer whatever the hell questions they give you.
How can you follow the road?
Give him
I
a
don't
stick.
know.
All there?
Give him a stick.
He healed his spine and
I healed
hand.
You did?
He did.
Yeah, not 20 heal.
Okay.
I don't think we can trust him to just walk off.
No, let him walk
What?
off.
Yeah, let's face it.
Just
Yeah,
let him
let's
walk
face it.
off. We're done.
I could re-break his spine.
Yeah. No, trust me, the Inquisition will know what to do with him. He tries to pull any funny business.
Yeah,
I know what to
Against
do.
it.
Let's put him to sleep.
Or I could at least intimidate him. I mean, I did crush his hand and spine. I'm pretty sure he'd be terrified of me by
Just
now.
let him go.
Just do this in front of him. That should get the point across.
Haven't you guys seen Saving Private Ryan?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
No, just let him walk. Is he walking away, Zach?
I
Do
know.
you guys let him go?
Let him go.
I'm gonna let go.
Okay, so he is walking away.
Just,
Oh, God.
Well-
Walking away.
what? Seriously?
That is an
Didn't wanna kill
opportunity
him when he was just
attack.
standing there. Now he's on fire and screaming and running through the woods as he's 17 plus 9 Arcana for a fiery bolt.
You light his ass on fire
Yeah.
as he basically runs into the woods.
Well, that could have gone better.
Like,
Aria's laughing quite so. As he did.
Okay, so do you guys get back in your cart and continue down the road?
well, we wasted enough time with these assholes. I vote we do.
Do we have
Yes.
the box? Who has the box?
You have the
It's
box.
back in the cart.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'll take
Alright.
the box and make sure I have a better hold of it.
There you go.
Aria, do not lose the box.
I won't lose the box.
What's
Alright.
in the box? What's
What do
in
we
the
do
box?
with the Ranger's head?
Just toss it on the side.
Yeah,
Oh my
Just put it in the
gosh.
puddle of goop that was the elf.
yeah, do that.
That'll confuse the forensics experts.
It really will. Well,
Yeah.
there's pieces of dead elf and a severed human head here. I don't know what to put over this, Frank.
All right.
Boy, the head put up a good fight.
It's surely a
Wait a minute. Do these elves got armor on them?
Yeah.
It's kind of shitty armor.
Well, I crushed
Okay,
the
just
guy.
checking.
They're scouts, it's light armor, so...
Okay, as everyone gets in the guard,
How about we just go there?
My surrounded into homicidal.
Homicidal maniacs. I think that's just Aria. Song seems like the only other level-headed person in the group.
Let's see here.
I'm level-headed.
Grant straight up like Assassin's Creed someone. Sugulite smashed crushed his hand, and then his spine.
They found our box of nukes. They had to go.
They found the snook.
Yep.
All right. So should we just go? Should we just get there?
All right. So after Sugulite pulls the cart, you guys recall, correct, that you're basically following this road until it comes to a bridge.
Yeah.
Everybody roll perception.
Doing it. 15 totals.
Not 20.
Sugulite sees everything.
6.
Okay, waiting for Joe.
Get down to the bottom of the
Okay. So let's see. Okay, so I guess Aria's just kind of sitting in the back, kind of. She's basically just doing a quick check at the inventory. So everybody else, the trail that you're on, the trees start to thin out until finally you come to the road that you're on. Literally dies straight into a pond. Like, it's just all of a sudden water.
How big is the pond?
Based upon all of you looking, let's see. It looks to Sugulite, you estimate it's about maybe 20 feet across, and there's a ledge, but you can hear the sound of rushing water as the water is going over the edge over there at one specific point. Moreover, you and Khale and Phillipe both realize there's a wall on the other side, and looking to where on the opposite side, it looks like this is where the river's supposed to be, but someone dammed it up.
It's like, well, I can take a guess who that is.
All right.
So
And you can.
shall we continue on to where we're supposed to go to scout it out?
The road ends. There's a pond.
Is there anything strange about the pond? Is there anything magical about this pond? Aria?
Mike, you gonna roll for Arcana?
Oh, give me a second. I was looking at one thing.
Hey,
wait.
Khale, are there any animals in that?
Another situation involving some sort of moat. We should have kept one of the dead bodies.
To answer Grant's question,
Thank God I have a +9 in
There is no life in the pond,
Good.
other than like the occasional like 2 or 3 fishies
Those are soldiers.
that you can kind of see. However, based upon your nature, you do surmise that the pond is about 10 feet deep.
so walking through
And-
it is not wise.
Joe, you can actually see the posts of where the bridge would be over the river, sticking barely up over the water.
So someone took down the bridge, is what you're saying.
They flooded it.
I guess they don't want anyone getting this way.
Well, you can hear water rushing over one point.
Actually, at that I just think,
And as to Aria, like, you sense there's no Arcana in the pond. This was made with tools. There's Arcana coming from over the edge where the water's going down.
okay, at that I just like, all right, Phillipe, let's go. Let's take a look.
It is about 2 o'clock.
All right.
How are you going to get around the pond?
I'm gonna
walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
The elves had to have gone through it, around it, or over it somehow.
Okay, so do you walk towards the riverside or the wall side?
I'm looking for where those hoof prints were, where those elves ripped from.
Roll perception.
I was going.
18. How the hell did they get there?
The hoof prints point to where the river is, where the river kind of narrows out.
How deep is it there?
You'll have to approach it.
Oh, wow.
I was going towards where Aria was sensing the Arcana.
Yeah.
Or is it...
Well, that's on the other side of the pond.
So,
Oh, okay.
Yes. The trail leads to that part of the pond. It might be more narrow, or it might be shallow.
You surmise that it's about as deep as you are tall.
Okay, here's the crossing point.
Grant, you
I
have
checked
videos
for
with me.
traps. I checked for traps.
In the water.
Is that dungeon here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll check for traps as well.
Yeah.
And I rolled a nat 1.
There's a trap on your foot.
What?
No, roll that one. You step into a bear trap.
You don't even
Shark.
know where the bear trap was. You just stepped in.
Land shark.
What?
Land shark pops up, grabs Khale.
What
There's
is
a
it?
deep blue sea.
What is that thing?
Oh
Some
god,
kind
it's
of
gonna be
land
like
cow.
Kale's giving an inspirational speech of how we're going to defeat the cannon.
Now,
and just...
first we gotta seal this room. Boom. Okay, no.
Hey, all your videos are off, by the way, except for John's.
Yours video's off.
Hey, Grant, your video's
It's no
loading,
big
so...
deal. We're almost done anyway.
All right.
1 second.
So, does it look like there's anything dangerous in... yeah.
So did I find any traps?
You don't find any. You don't think you find any traps.
I use rock.
Okay, roll for strength because you're throwing a rock.
So, Khale's... So, do I have to roll up a new character now?
You're fine.
Wait, isn't throwing dexterity?
Whatever, Dex.
$13 again.
It makes a splash, and nothing happens.
I think we're good. This way.
It says,
So
hang on.
the-
It says, oh, shit.
The
Wait, how far was this from when we met those guards again?
about 2 hours.
Crap, we should have kept the severed head. It's the horse.
Well, you
No,
know...
I'm not gonna ask.
You
This is
know
only
anything...
this is only 2 feet deep, so right where I just threw the rock.
Yeah.
Then it's just...
What's this all? Yeah.
Anything a man can do, a corpse can do better.
Anything a
Of course can do.
can do, a corpse can do better.
Like, as far as saying, like, crap, if we kept the head, we could have thrown it in, see if anything came out of the 10 feet of water and ate it.
It's like, how about this? Since it's as deep as Phillipe is tall, I vote he gets on top of Sugulite. The rest of us can just walk through it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I was
Khale,
already planning on doing that.
Khale, hold on to Aria. Just goes.
Sure we had a cut somewhere, or is that being brought through the pond?
I vote we leave
Well,
it.
if it's only 3 feet deep, you can pull it through.
So what?
That's strange,
Just have everyone be in the car and have Sugulite pull it through the shallow end.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay,
Hold
strength
on,
check.
hold on to stuff and to make just in case.
Well, passive.
Well,
7.
Yeah.
takes a considerable amount of effort because there's mud there, but you get the cart stuck.
Can you roll strength?
You can
again to
roll.
see-
You can roll a strength again to see if it gets it
unstuck.
Yeah, I will.
Come
Well, that's
on,
much better.
come on, Sugulite.
You get the cart unstuck.
Yay.
Keep it going.
You come to where the ridge starts. Where you basically see that you can see close enough that you can see smoke and like campfire, like smoke rising out, as well as the sound of the water rushing is louder. However, the ridge that they told you to look down in to scout,
Yeah. it's
too narrow for the cart to go through.
All right. Well, I vote. Okay. Here's the thing. We leave it there. It's like, okay. Callaghan's like, okay, Phillipe, let's check over the ridge.
Does everyone want to go check and see what's going on?
It's on land now, or is it?
It's on land.
Okay, I was just making sure we weren't leaving it in the middle of the pond.
Yeah. Let's go take a. Alright, let's go take a look at let's go take a look at our depths.
I believe that Phillipe should go since we're the sneakiest.
Go for it.
Good point.
Yes, but yes, what if doesn't he have a spyglass?
I have a spyglass.
All right.
All right, so are we rolling for sneak?
You two would be rolling for. Well, you're up high, so you're probably not going to get spotted.
All right, but we're still. I vote since we're still the sneakiest, we still go.
I'm sneaking this whole thing anyway, so I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, roll sneak.
All right, rolling for sneak, and now I get a good roll for sneak.
You're good. What'd you roll, Grant?
15.
You're good.
All right, so we're sneaking. What? And I guess since we perception to see what we see over the cliff, and
yes, both of you roll perception.
All right.
Peering over the ledge, you see.
I take my spyglass out. By the way,
you see that the water has actually been diverted to create an artificial waterfall that powers a water wheel.
Damn.
Figured as much.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Ron Obama.
Water flows into what appears to be an artificially dug out river.
Damn.
About 100 feet down from where the waterfall hits, you see the tower.
All right.
That's why they needed the geologist.
And if you, and upon, which way do you look, right or left with your spyglass, John?
Are you asking which way? Am I going to have to roll another perception check if I look the other way?
No.
I guess right first and then left.
Looking to the right, you can see the command. You can actually see the ramshackle buildings that have been set up quickly.
Yeah.
They are flying the official banner of the House of Thule.
All right.
So it's the wolf. It's the wolf.
Anyone of note?
You don't see anyone of note at this moment, but you do see elves milling about, basically cracking bullwhips at prisoners.
Okay.
And do you both look to the left?
I look to the left. Actually, I hand. Wait, Phillipe, do you have your own spyglass, or can I just lend you mine?
I don't got one.
I hand Phillipe the spyglass first and point him out what I've seen, and then once that's done, I take it. I'll take it back and look to the left.
John, roll for Constitution.
Gotcha. And 14. No, it's just me since I'm looking through the spyglass.
What you see causes your stomach to drop.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
You turn pale.
Uh-huh.
And you shakily hand Phillipe the spyglass.
Uh-huh.
Grant, roll Constitution.
That one, he faints.
No.
You begin to shake as well.
Damn.
At what you see. Do you call over the rest of the party members to point out what you've seen?
Is it safe?
It is.
Guys.
I silently just called him over.
Wait, what?
Yes, you're not gonna believe this shit.
Felipe, hand the spyglass to Song.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
What are we
Guys,
looking at?
you ain't gonna believe
wow.
this shit. Hand it up. I just hold it above me. I don't know who's gonna take it. Like, you ain't gonna believe this shit.
I look.
You can all see this.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You all see the prison camp, and down in the valley, you see about 300 people all working diligently.
We expected that.
And you see the mana cannon.
How big is this thing?
And another mana cannon.
What?
And another mana cannon.
No.
And another mana cannon.
Shut up.
How many of these things are there?
There are 4 mana cannons in the valley.
Well, we're fucked.
Just, you know what?
And 3 of them are floating above the ground, held in place by supports, and they're working on the 4th one.
So, the 4th one's incomplete.
The 4th one is
There's still
incomplete.
3 of them complete. We're fucked.
Shit.
And I'll see you guys in a few weeks.